TreeOfLogic is talking to Lance right now? Wait, really? TreeOfLogic is incredible. She's fucking crazy.
The thing about it is that Hamas doesn't care who they bomb. They at least with Israel, and I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna give a criticism about Israel, and then we're gonna get back to you trying to prove that they commit genocide.
Yeah, of course.
Israel is too nice to the Gaza Strip because when Hamas dig tunnels and they kidnap Israeli soldiers and children and kill them, and when they throw rockets that go in anywhere, killing schools, bombing schools, bombing synagogues, you know what I'm saying? They don't care. As long as a Jew is dead, as far as they're concerned, because remember their motto, we love death as much as the Jews love life. So they're basically killing all the Israelis that they can. They don't care. At least with Israel, they send text messages to the people in the Gaza Strip.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough. That's enough. To be fair, to really even-handedly sort of lay a claim to both sides here, Hamas are death cultists. They're basically warlocks. They are driven by a thirst for Jew blood. The Israeli people who love life and all things within it, and all that cling to it. I haven't missed anything in Skill, I just haven't read it out loud yet. Toss some of this? 42 arrows is pretty great. I need wheat seeds. Yeah, for sure, Zan. We got plans, baby. Warlocks can be good, don't hate on my favorite class. Well, TreeOfLogic would argue that Warlocks can only be bad. Do you think this would pass through Congress? I'm not looking at it, but I'm just gonna say no. Just to be a contrarian. If I beat this in half an hour, what am I doing after? I don't know. We can do Terraria. We can do Alien Isolation. Anything I need to know before reading Capital? Ha! Only the English language, baby. Have a lot of patience. Capital is not the easiest read. Having perused through it myself, having read all theory, it is quite the read. Fucking silverfish in the walls. Ooh. Ooh. I'll keep that there for a hot minute. All right, kind of dark in here. Let's fix that. All right, first we lay down. Only one of them. We only need one. Okay. How far have you progressed in Terraria? We've barely gotten anywhere in Terraria. Is there a good chance of you becoming Paul's ego in 20 years? Can I be honest with you guys? I know me saying this isn't going to help with anything, but I sure do wish I wasn't instantly compared to every single other large man with a beard. Paul's ego and I are very clearly very different people, and while I have a lot of respect for the guy, there's no denying that his approach towards politics is highly emotional and highly evocative. This is racism, honestly. If he was fucking black guy, if I was like Trihex or something, and every time I talk to a black dude, you guys are like, Poggers, oh, it's Trihex, and we're just like, it's just because it's another black guy? Like, I don't know. Yeah, this is racial profiling. I have never been more ashamed to be a part of this community. Why did I just build a chest when there's a perfectly functional one right here? Why did I... I'll put the chest in the chest. Have I thought about streaming D&D? Nope, never thought of it. Have you seen Michael Sherman's tweet with Black the envelope calculations? Nope, Max Saints, I have no idea what you're referring to. Okay, let's think. Next step. Well, the leather and the sugarcane And the wood are needed to make books and bookshelves. So I'll put all that up there. The Eye of Ender and the Ender Pearl and the Blaze Powder have their own thing going on, so I'll put those there. I'm keeping the cooked mutton, of course. The brewing stand and the enchanting table we can place down. I'll put some steel over here, because I probably ain't going to need all of it right away. Golden apple, I'll keep there. Lapis lazuli, I'll keep there. Rotten flesh we don't need. Put that over here for trash. Diamond I'll put there. Coal we keep. Compass we don't need, because we no longer have any relationship to our spawn point. Bucket we'll keep. Stick we'll keep. Flint and steel we don't need just yet. Gas tier we don't need just yet. Magma cream we probably won't ever need. And okay. Did I say I was going to debate Count Dankula again? No, I don't think so. Are you kidding me? That dude is fucking insufferable. Why would I put myself through that again? You might be debating Calvin Guerra on stream? Oh, fuck yeah. That's awesome. Calvin Guerra is a big get. Okay, we'll keep that there for a hot second. Don't need that. We'll keep the string for now. And the enchanting table I'll keep. Has anyone ever made you angrier on stream than Sargon? Nah, the Sargon thing was the one time. That was it. Do we have any updates on the upcoming ContraPoint stream? Nah, ContraPoints hasn't responded to me in a little while on Twitter. I'm actually a little worried. We'll see how it goes. If ContraPoints backs out, that's her prerogative, though I don't know what would have led her to change her mind. Got some little duders. Why could a diamond sword not one-hit these guys? That's nice to know, Zan. I wish I had time to see other people's streams. Here we go. Ah, fuck. Only one filled? Okay. Hey. Fuck off. You get God. Chill. 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 If somebody you liked had an incurable STD, would you still be with them? Probably depends on the STD, right? I mean, if it's like super bad. For symmetry. What if it's super AIDS? Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know if I want super AIDS, to be honest. Hey. What are the chances of you talking to AOC IRL? Probably none. Why on earth would that ever happen? I mean, it'd be nice, but... But with the antiviral HIV treatment, you can have unprotected sex with an HIV plus person and not contract it. Yeah, that's with regular HIV. We're talking about super AIDS here, okay? Keep up. Spooky in here. Super AIDS. Cool room. Nice. Maybe we can find some more diamond. Would I consider a mobile app version of my site? Oh, absolutely. Listen, if I end up getting super fucking big, having a mobile app is going to be insanely useful. If people just have an app on their phone, like the Vaush.gg app, you can just click that shit, you're on, kablamo, easy chat like functionality, like all that. Holy shit, that would be fucking amazing. The issue is doing that, like getting a really good... Oh, that's an illager. Getting a really good... Oh no, it's a zombie person. Getting a really good app to that effect would be very expensive. Another piece of armor just broke. Oh, hey, chill. Nice. Probably 10 grand or so. I would absolutely invest 10 grand in an app like that. Are you kidding me? Absolutely. That would probably be worth like 20 or 25. Why don't you enchant your sword? I'll get to it. Hold on. $10K for an app? What the fuck? Are you kidding me? What's your opinion on Nietzsche? Nietzsche had plenty of like good ideas, and I think some of his perspectives were valid from my limited understanding of them. He just gets a bad rap because a lot of edgy teenagers misinterpret what he believes. What was I saying? Oh yeah, 10K for an app is not that much. Like, if you actually think about my like weekly or monthly income, and then you think we could increase this or the stream viewership by 10% if we would only add in app functionality, that would pay back for itself really, really quickly, like in less than a year. You gotta think long term with this stuff. I've seen the pic, Posadas John. There are people on Twitter who are calling me a cop right now, and I'm not entirely sure if I understand it. As soon as the fucking riots started, I made a video on how I support the rioters and don't think people should criticize the looters. I don't know what they want from me. Raise your hand if you would love, personally, to have a Vaush.gg app that you could peruse at your leisure. This is the ocean, I think. This is salt water. Oh, wait, maybe it's not. Wait, is this all just from here? No? Where's this water coming from? Weird. Oh yeah, the biggest benefit of having app integration is I could give you guys notifications when I go live. Oh fuck yes, because that means I wouldn't have to rely on YouTube's shitty fucking streaming service where I make a stream announcement and then it disappears during the actual live stream. It would be a guaranteed 100% every single person with the app gets the notification. Unironic thoughts and otherkin. Thought, listen, I don't give a fuck what people do with themselves as long as they're not hurting other people. If otherkin believing there's some kind of animal inside them makes them happier, then fucking go for it. I don't care. Merch? Yeah, we'll get merch. Fuck you. It would be free software, right? Ooh, that came close to killing us. Hold on. It would be free software. Well, maybe we could make like a template of the application that other people could use, but it wouldn't be my creation. That would be the person who made it, right? I would just be using the one that they made for me. Shit. Make my life better too, Oat Milk. Thank you. Free for users? Yeah, of course. I'm not gonna charge. Wait, why would I charge you guys for the privilege of using an application to view my streams when you could do it for free on your computer? No, it would be free. Yeah, $5, baby. You want fucking crisp buffering free mobile V.GG experience? You got to pay up, baby. $5. You got to be a sub. That's it. You got to be a sub. That's the rule. Where am I going? Tree is accusing Lance of being a Holocaust denier? That's right. Maybe, Max Saints. I'm not familiar. But god damn it, where am I going? No? Not here. Isn't White Nervosa working on an app already? No. App development is very, very complicated. White Nervosa is just making the site better. All the time. Why is goodsforthepeople.com password locked right now? Why the fuck should I know? There we go. We're in on it now. Oh, Okay. Can I disavow drafts? Can somebody explain the disavow drafts meme to me? Don't websites support push notifications? Couldn't you circumvent this by having a solid mobile website? Nothing would even come close to the utility of an app. Is Tree a grifter, or are they that dumb? Dude, Tree does not get that many viewers. I'm pretty sure that Tree is just really stupid. I would love to have her on someday. I don't even want to debate her. She's like too far gone for that. I just think it'd be fun to talk with her. So you can make a wool with... Can't you make a wool... Yeah, okay, there we go. Nice. Let's get that bed. Who's Tree? TreeOfLogic, the person who was talking to Lance earlier. Does Vaush pay White Nervosa? Yeah, of course. She... Yeah. Duly noted, Shackley. Give me some bed space. Nice! Yeah, I pay White Nervosa with exposure, okay? Gotta find a place to dump my trash. In fact, hold on. Do you pay White Nervosa commission or wage? White Nervosa gets paid a portion of the website's income. And without attempting to jerk myself off, I have willingly and with no request at her end raised the percentage of the website revenue that she receives just because she does such a great job. All right. Okay, now we need the enchanting table laid down somewhere. We need it, so it needs to be surrounded by... It needs to be surrounded by bookshelves, right? Here. There's plenty of them down here. 15 bookshelves. Am I incorporated? No, I'm not incorporated. How are we all doing? I feel like we're opening up with strange convos today. So you kind of did the Molly memes co-op thing? No, because there's no business. Nothing's legally registered. Yeah, true, Hyena. Getting White Nervosa to even accept money for the shit that she does is difficult enough. Okay, I think I remember how this works. So you set the table down hereabouts. And is that enough? Wait, 1, 2, 3. So that's 9, 6, and 6. I think it needs one more. Lapis? Here, we can get lapis. Is there any point in enchanting my sword if I'm going up against the Ender Dragon? Yes? I feel like enchanting the bow is top priority. Or maybe enchanting the armor? That's gotta be enough. Yeah, see? Level 30 enchantments are popping up. Okay, we got that settled. First, I'll enchant the bow, which I've never actually used. Use a crossbow? I've heard that crossbows are cringe. That's the word on the street. You wouldn't want me posting cringe, would you? The crossbow is better for the Ender Dragon. Crossbow's too slow. Crossbows are better. You know what? I'm gonna try the crossbow. Yeah, okay. You know what? I'll try the crossbow because I've never tried it before, and it can't be so bad that it's impossible to use. I'm gonna try it. So I need a tripwire hook, stick, iron, and string. Okay, and the tripwire hook is steel, stick, then wood plank. Cool. Steel, stick. I forgot the wooden plank. If someone made a server for you in your community, would you accept it / pay for it? No. I wouldn't pay somebody for providing a service that I didn't request. They'll always appreciate the sentiment, of course. Seems like a quick way to extort a lot of money out of me, TBH. God damn it, I need another stick. Am I ever going to get some nice red lights to make your room fancier? Oh, guys, I am so excited for the future. I am so excited. Okay. Cool, we have a crossbow. Let me see how this baby fires. Wait, how did that... Okay, you draw it back. And then you load it. I see. That makes sense. Okay. Gimme. Thank you. Yeah, we'll work with it. And we'll enchant it, too. Anyway, what I was going to say was, pretty soon, Conyer CC, aka Bird Boy, is going to be heading on over and moving in with us, and I'll be switching the room that I do the studio in. And from this different room, I will be doing some renovations. I'm very excited. We're probably gonna like paint a wall. We're probably, I don't know. I'm gonna do something. I'll doll up the next room. We'll make it nice. I'll get some nice lighting. The room I'm in right now is pretty small. Conyer can confirm. All right. Unbreaking 3. Is that good? Probably not. How do I redo? Enchant with 1 level on something else. Okay, so you have to I see. Okay, then what I'll do right now to keep the juice flowing is I will enchant something else. Yeah, I'll just enchant my sword. You know, fuck it. You know what? I kind of like playing Minecraft with you guys. I like it. Okay? We're gonna deck ourselves out. Oh, we can enchant a book. That's right. Where? Which way? Where? Here we go. We're gonna have to do something about the maze down there. Combine the weapon and the book in an anvil? Is that how you use books? You use an anvil? Is that the purpose they serve? Aren't anvils like falling objects? Hey, thank you, Spectacles, for the tier 2 sub. I really appreciate that. Anvil. Ender chest. Okay. Mossy stone. End crystal. The fuck are these? Smithing table. What are... Cartography table. What the fuck are these things? Fletching table. What does a fletching table do? Makes arrows? But you can make arrows in your inventory. It makes elemental arrows? God damn, this game got complicated. What happened to the beautiful simplicity of the alpha days? Where is the anvil? You need 3 iron blocks for an anvil? Sure, but where? The anvil is gone, guys. I have an anvil free. Yeah. There. Jesus. Bonk. Loud? Okay, so this is where you combine shit. Go away. Would I talk with Ben Burgess about former logic? I don't know if the heightened mood at right now really needs people talking about formal logic. I think what it truly needs is people playing Minecraft. I think that's what the people of America need right now. There's actually a lot of content that I want to publish to my channel that I don't feel comfortable publishing because it's not, like, seasonally relevant, you know? It feels a little weird to put it out. I do not disavow drafts, and you will never get me to. Like what? Well, there's that video that I did on, what was that guy's name? That fucking Australian guy. The guy I kept calling a groomer, which I stand by. You know what I'm talking about? That fucking guy? Butterfield, yeah. Loyalty 3? What the fuck is loyalty? This is important? What do you... Stop linking me shit. Manage channel memberships. I'll figure it out. Just say... Just say to manage channel membership. It's for tridents? Okay. I have to enchant something, or it's not gonna... Okay, we'll make ourselves a new armor. We'll enchant that, maybe. Doot. FBT, I'm not white, I'm Polish, but thanks. And, beautiful. Why the music ominous? Minecraft music has nothing to do with what's actually going on at any given point in time. A thought with the $2 drafts are a violation of the 13th Amendment? Maybe! I'm not a big law guy myself. What was I saying about drafting? I don't know. No problem, drunk lizard. Wizard? Wizard. Okay. What am I doing? Smite 3. What do I get from Smite 3? What does Smite do? Kills zombies? Okay. Cringe. Sharpness 2? Now we've got it reset. I don't care that much about the sword. I'm more interested in, getting a book done properly. Wait a second. Wait. Wait. I thought that cost 9 levels. But I'm still at level 31. How does that work? The level requirement is on the right? It only cost 1 level for me to do it? Whoa! Well, hold on now! Oh, shit. No, okay then. Alright. Was it always like that? I remember it used to just take 30 levels away. Still unbreaking. God damn it. Very true, Proto. Thank you. It's still giving me unbreaking. Well, in the meantime, let's do our armor up then. Hello. Thorns? That's... Oh, wait, that's blast protection. Why are the books staying loyalty? Can you stop? Get unbreaking on the crossbow, that's good shit. Do we want unbreaking on the crossbow? I'm getting a lot of conflicting information here. Change the book. Multi-shot? Is multi-shot uncringe? Alright, chat says yes. Chat confirms, nothing I can do about it. Sorry. Now we combine it in the anvil. And then I want some fucking diamonds. We also want potions. I don't even know how potions work. Alright. How does it work? Fuck yeah. Alright, I'm happy. I'm satisfied. Do my armor? I want diamond armor. Fuck you. Ayaya's in chat. Yeah, I'm done with these doors. Have I been here? Really thought 2 sword swings would do it, but okay. Do your pickaxe? We'll get to it. Wait, have we not been here? I thought... Oh, we saw everything worth seeing. Okay. Are you gonna watch the thing at the end? I don't know, maybe. Yeah. Another library? Oh, shit. The lore deepens, boys. Which of these millions of numbers is the one I'm looking for? Okay, 21. We're at 21 depth. It's like a dual-sided library. Hey, it's magma! I remember that. Probably don't want to get caught down there. The stronghold continues. This is the perfect height for finding diamonds. I would really, really, really like to have diamond armor. Just for completion's sake. You need unbreaking for crossbow because multi-shot takes 3 durability points. Oh, whatever. I'll make it work somehow. What height is it? Right now I think I'm at like 20. So down there's gotta be... Hey, come on. Cringe. Oh god, they're learning. This is actually really pretty. It's like broken library suspended in a ravine. Get looting on your pickaxe so you get more diamonds when you mine it. Oh wait, that's actually a good point. Asshole. Any tips or resources on... Fortune? Gotcha, Fortune. Any tips or resources on improving your rhetorical skills? Yeah, just keep talking. Just do it. Just do it. Do it! You just gotta do it. That's it. That's all there is to it. It's no magic. Practice makes perfect. Actually, perfect practice makes perfect. It's not enough. There we go. It's not enough just to practice. You have to do the right kind of practice. Damn, we're entering like the cringe hole over here. Holy fuck. Neat. What's the right kind of practice? Well, when you do anything and you're trying to get better at that thing, you want to be conscientious of the way you're approaching that process. Don't just do a thing and assume you'll get better because you're doing it. Who here has been playing League of Legends for 8 years and is still like hard stuck gold? Do we have any truers in chat right now? Don't lie to me. Yeah, we got bronze. Don't call me out like that. Don't hurt them like this. Yeah, well, it's a thing that I notice a lot. Now, some people who have been playing League for ages don't mind being trash, and that's fine. That's great. I'm glad they're having fun with the game. But some people who've been playing for years actively want to get better. Like some renowned streamers who have been playing for like 6 years and are still hard stuck, high plat, low diamond. And the main reason for this, at the end of the day... Oh. The main reason for this, at the end of the day, is that it's not enough to just do something. You have to do it in a way that makes you conscientious of the mistakes that you're making while actually playing. I really, really, really like getting better at games. One of the things that lets me get better at games, and I am decent at games, though obviously anytime I pick up a new game, everyone in chat who has already played that game is going to, you know, imagine me quite bad at games, because I'm not doing as well as they would in my position. But, generally speaking, I'm pretty decent. And the reason why I'm pretty decent is because I don't actually get angry while playing games. I never get angry. Every once in a while I'll like playfully get upset, but it never actually consumes my emotional state. And the reason why that's useful is because angry people are not as good at supervising their own performance and behavior as people who are not angry. Man, this place is big. How does one work on anger? I have no fucking idea. I've never been an angry person. It has nothing to do with my brain being big. It's just self-control. Part of it might be embarrassment. It might be a cringe thing. Because to me, there is nothing cringier than like a grown-ass adult losing control of their emotions in like an anger way. That might honestly like be the whole 9 yards for me. When I see like a dude who's in his 20s lose a game and they freak out, they take their keyboard and they're like, I'm actually like cringing like so hard. Like, holy shit, how can you be that age and act that way? It's like really pathetic. It's like actually really sad. I could never do that. But the fact that I think that behavior is so reprehensible is part of the reason why I don't engage in it, probably. Am I calling out Xander? I don't watch Xander's gameplay. Hyena does. I usually just pop in from time to time. There's only one streamer I watch apart from myself. Fuck you. That woman fucking coming at me. We're getting a little lost down here. I thought you watched some Lumi-Roo. I'll pop in very infrequently, but I don't really watch. I just don't have time. Okay. All right, here we go. Making our way downtown. Oh, gotcha, Zan. Well, whatever. I mean, invariably, like, people are going to do that if you hold a camera to them long enough. I mean, people who engage in that type of behavior consistently. Watch a Mr. Obvious video? Why? I actually kind of feel like doing some political content during this. Maybe I should go over that one video of the worker co-ops. You know what I'm talking about? The one worker co-op video? The one with the lady? Okay. I never remember which number to look for. Okay, we're at the right elevation for diamonds. Am I an act utilitarian or a rule utilitarian? A philosopher came on stream one day and pointed out to me that there's not actually a real difference, if you know what you're talking about. So I've just been working off that. Now I just call myself a utilitarian. Oh, while we have a hot second, hold on. I want to have a t-shirt that says, maybe in some cool graphic design, I want it to say, like, vaguely gesturing at imagined hypocrisy. Or like asterisk vaguely gestures at imagined hypocrisy asterisk or something like that. I feel like that's a line that I'm really, really, really happy with. You know? Like, I would say if there's any wait, no, Vaush, I don't get what's wrong with taking classes online. Okay, I'm not trying to, like, hurt your feelings or anything, and I don't think there's anything wrong with taking classes online, but when you are appealing to your academic credentials as a way of dismissing the data-driven arguments of your opponent, and you're doing this in like a highly conceited manner, and then it turns out that your degree came from online, which means that it will invariably represent like a lesser degree of investment in academia than a real IRL. Because an online degree is one thing, but if you actually go to a university, you're intermingling with the faculty. You are like meeting people who share your interests and going to clubs, and you are participating in academic events. And there's so much more to university than just physically getting like the degree. You have access to different levels of resources, and like at the end of the day, you just get more from actually going to university. Now, again, there's nothing wrong with doing online classes, but if you're going to do online classes and then use your academic background as like a bludgeon against people with whom you disagree, then I think it's very valid to make fun of you. Does conservative thought rely on doublethink? Well, yeah, of course. They're fucking crazy. Conservatives are fucking crazy, dude. The main problem is also that it's for profit. Well, all private universities are for profit, no? But I wouldn't like, if somebody went to Harvard, I wouldn't go like, oh, you went to a for-profit university? No? Oh, is that true? Oh, I thought all private universities are for profit. Interesting. Okay. What's up with the George Soros thing? George Soros has been a scapegoat for conservatives and Nazis to complain about, like, the far left for ages now. It's nothing new. Fuck, how do I get back? Oh, shit. Why Soros? Because he's a billionaire who's not, like, a complete fucking conservative. Okay. Oh yeah, also he's Jewish. That too. Ooh! There's a thunderstorm up there.
Toss a coin to your streamer. Oh, viewers, plenty.
Hey, Sakai! Thank you for the 20 bucks. Thought we banned child labor because they were young and they were going to vote against allowing the Tories to destroy the UK? Possibly. Actually, I think that, children are pretty easily inclined towards conservative values. Or maybe I should be more clear. I think that conservative values appeal easily to children, the mindset. Is the George Soros conspiracy a Jewish dog whistle? For some of them it is. For some of them it's not. But its roots are always going to be in anti-Semitism. Her doctoral dissertation discussed workplace bullying, and her conclusion after 87 pages was that bullying should be reported more based stuff. Holy shit, she's really putting those academic credentials to work. I'm never getting back, am I? I'm so excited to hit 100K. I feel like it's been so long. I know it's like a dumb and... Whoa, chill. I know it's like a dumb and arbitrary threshold, but I'm still really excited. Oh, fuck yeah, Ross Cast King. Who do you think would be tougher to debate, Shapiro or Crowder? I think that Crowder is actually a more talented rhetorician than Shapiro. Okay, it's somewhere over here. What are you going to do with your YouTube plaque? I'm going to put it up somewhere in my house where the camera can't see it, because I think putting it in my background would be kind of cringy, to be honest. Have I ever reached out to either of them for a debate? Oh, hello. For a debate? God, no. Are you kidding me? I'm nowhere near large enough. Nice. How are conservatives' viewpoints easier for children to accept, given they tend to be more imaginative and hopeful? Can you elaborate? Oh yeah, sorry. Children are stupid. That's the reason why. I could have made that a little bit more clear. The reason is because children are stupid. One of the greatest myths that I've had to unlearn, I've talked about this before, but one of the greatest myths that I have had to unlearn as a political actor is the idea that there is some kind of parallel, some kind of balance, some kind of reciprocal validity to the left and the right. That it's in some way or another like intellectually lazy or dishonest to only adopt the positions of the left. That in actuality there's something from both ends to be considered. No. Absolutely not. There is nothing valid from the right. It is the right is an intellectual black hole. There is nothing within it that can be justified. It is lazy neoliberal thinking, exactly, because it frees people of the responsibility, of the courage that it takes to look decisively at a group of ideas and say no. It denies people the strength to do that. It turns you into a bandying coward whose only interest is making sure you maintain an air of impartial ambivalence to everything going on around you. That while the world may be burning, there is conceivably some legitimacy to arguments made by conservatives about maybe us pursuing renewable energy a little bit too fast and maybe we would lose jobs. It goes down and around forever. The only thing I think from that I would justify from the right is gun-related topics. No, the right doesn't even have the gun-related topics right. Because they don't believe in gun access. Because conservatives take guns away from black people. And the reason you're supposed to have guns is to defend yourself from government tyranny. And all the motherfuckers out there who are out there doing fucking 2A protests, slinging their AR-15s in front of state fucking capitals, don't give a shit about Trump literally deploying the military to break up violently peaceful protesters. So no, they don't even have the guns issue right. They like white people having guns, but that's not being pro-gun. That's being pro-white people to the expense of others. All right. Plus they're white. Ha! True! It never gets old. Isn't it bad optics to say no and to shut off the other side in sense of turning onlookers to the left? Yeah, but that's the difference. I'm not saying ignore the right because ignore the right. I'm saying ignore the right because they're wrong. I listen to conservative arguments every single day of my life, and time again, at the risk of sounding conceited, I fuck them up. And I don't fuck them up because I have some kind of mega mutant brain. It's because their ideas are stupid, and I'm a little bit better than the average person at talking. That's it. The fact that me, a fucking bachelor who actively dislikes reading and is too fucking ADHD to engage in any meaningful deep dive into theory, can so consistently abuse these people should be all the indication you need as to how valid their ideas are. Except actually I've read all theory. No, bachelor, like bachelor student. Like bachelor, sorry, with a bachelor's degree. My apologies. There. Probably Puffles the Dragon. I never did any summons. Somniostatic, for me, the ideal 100k stream would be the legendary 24-hour stream. After I move my room, after I switch which room I stream from, I remodel it, I get a window AC unit in there, so we're fucking bopping, and then we fucking go. Then we fucking go. We do it. We fucking do it. That's what we do. We do it. What am I going to do / play? Everything I want. Probably a lot of viewer call-ins. Okay, we're at 20. Okay. That's up to how many friends you want to keep, Starbar. Being a fan of mine is not easy. I saw the most spiteful tweet the other day. I'm sorry, I will complain. Every once in a while I name search myself on Twitter because I hate myself and I have bad coping mechanisms. And I take a look on Twitter, you know, I take a peep. And I just search my name. And you know what I see? The very first tweet, like the top tweet, is, what was it? I had Vaush blocked on my main, but I was on here and I just saw a tweet of his. Vomit emoji, vomit emoji, vomit emoji, vomit emoji. Splat, splat, splat. Come on. Yeah, these children. Yeah, quack quack attack. That's one of the things that I've noticed with thank you for the $10. With worker co-op research, so much of it seems to come from like fucking Portugal and stuff. Not that that makes it invalid. It's still perfectly valid in that state, but it's interesting. You name search yourself. Why do you engage in self-torture so bad? Because as obnoxious as it is, at the end of the day, my job is getting people to agree with me. And I need to know what people are saying about me. Do you think your past comments justifying deliberate bad faith, strength-based tactics against those who are bad faith themselves undermines your argument? I have never at any point argued people engage in bad faith, strength-based tactics against people who engage in good faith. If people engage in bad faith, why should we engage in good faith? There's no point. There's no benefit to it. There's no utility in engaging in good faith with people who are engaging in bad faith. If people are on Twitter and they're just saying like, haha, fucking faggots, degens, fucking kill yourselves, 42%, haha, piece of shit. Like, what you think like we're supposed to debate these people? Like we're supposed to be like, okay, well, all right, now time for us to consider the points you've made. No, of course not. It's a fact of the matter, and you're a liberal, so I know you don't understand this. Politics is about power. Who out of your debate opponents has argued completely in good faith? Ooh, that's actually a great question. Hold up. Destiny, not so much, no. I don't, the 2.5 hour debate I did with Destiny, he was pretty good faith. The other, and also the one in real life. The first and the fourth debates I had with Destiny, not so much, no. Sargon, absolutely not. Hunter, absolutely, very good faith debater. I hypocrite, extremely bad faith. Actual justice warrior, extremely bad faith. The Nazbul, pretty good faith. Not great arguments, but good faith. Here's the Destiny one. Stefan Molyneux, extremely bad faith. Adam Friended, very bad faith. I didn't realize this at the time. Adam Friended is like a full-on like alt-right adjacent. Like he'll defend like no bullshit and his like Holocaust denial comments. I don't think this guy is actually a Nazi. I just think he's a spineless grifter who just likes like cozying up to larger YouTubers. The Distributus was super bad faith. God, dude, only 66,000 views on this, and it was from a year ago. God, this was such a fucking bomb debate, but my channel was much smaller back then. Who is best faith? Not Coach Red Pill. 57K views? This debate was so funny. You guys have horrible taste. You guys just want Ben Shapiro. That's all you care about. So it's good. Adam Kokesh was in good faith, even though I think he's kind of dumb. Warren Farrell was pretty good faith, even though he did like this really weird like bowling over thing. Count Dankula is, of course, Count Dankula. Caleb Maupin. All right. Would I rather debate Caleb Maupin or Count Dankula again? Oh, dude, Caleb Maupin. Count Dankula makes me mad because that dude like is very clearly comfortable with having like a massively racist audience and he just doesn't give a shit. Caleb Malden, I get that guy mad. That's what makes me happy. So, Beat in Good Faith and Nazbul and Hunter Avalon, you see what I mean? Yeah, but Libraven, I'm not saying that they spoke in bad faith because they were conservative. They spoke in bad faith because they spoke in bad faith. I don't write off every conservative I talk to and assume they're going to be speaking to me in bad faith. Yeah, Caleb Maupin is still posting about me on Twitter like 2 weeks later. What about Bastiat? Bastiat is extremely good faith, but I would hardly classify what I had with him as a debate. What is homo-fascism? It's just a meme, don't worry about it. Pivot, my point is that you win usually in bad faith. No, I don't. Libraven, you have some like really weird... Oh, shit! Wait, I want to make sure I have the right pickaxe thing. Libraven, you have some like really weird ideas at some time. How do I win in bad faith? Is that an impression that I give you guys? Like, for example, the Caleb Maupin debate. I didn't win that debate because I acted in bad faith. He had no intention of ever acting in good faith. I only pointed out the, you know, logical consequences of his arguments. Yeah, I feel like Maupin lost that debate against himself. I don't know how responsible I get to be for that one. Can you recommend any good leftist content creators who aren't bad faith Bernier busters? Yeah, there are plenty of them, but if I list right now, it's going to be incomplete. Libraven, that's how you describe your tactics when arguing against the vast majority of opponents. I don't act in bad faith against people I'm debating with. I don't lie, I don't misrepresent anything. The only time I ever even come close to acting in bad faith is when I start like mocking people's arguments. But there's a huge difference in the extent to which like an argument is bad faith between outright lying and misrepresenting information, which I never do, and just like trying to make the person I'm arguing with mad. Ad hom is bad faith, but I never do ad homs. It's all efficiency. Damn. We're just gonna take the diamond then. Xander Hall, I think it might be because I had an alt account. Oh, Slightly Awake, that'd be based as fuck, but it's never going to happen. The UN does not have nearly enough of a spine. Oh, Libraven, when I say argue in bad faith strength-based tactics, I mean mock people, make them feel like shit. But I always treat the arguments like appropriately. I never ever like skip by arguments. That's the difference between my insults and an ad hom. An ad hom is when you avoid acknowledging an argument by insulting a person. Like, say for example, saying that I have a man bun, I'm fat, whatever, and like that's their argument against me. I get that a lot. A lot. But they do those not in addition to critiquing my arguments, but to avoid having to critique my arguments. Whereas when I insult people, I'm usually insulting them for being too stupid to understand their own arguments. Why, do you have a man bun? I don't! It's pulled back! I rarely wear it up in a man bun. So far, so good, Libraven. But I'm not the liberal you think I am. When you say you are intellectually incapable of understanding this or that, that is an ad hom argument. No, it's not. An ad hom argument is when you avoid addressing a person's arguments in favor of insulting them. If I address their arguments and then am unsatisfied with their response and I insult them for that, that's not an ad hom. It's an insult. It's not, you could argue it's acting in bad faith. I would make that claim, but it's not an ad hom. Now, if a person made an argument and I said, you're too stupid to understand my counter argument, that would be an ad hom because I'm not actually making the argument. I'm refraining from making that argument by engaging in the insult. Gay Fesh, we've got a little while to go. How do you learn how to debate? I just like public speaking, that's all. Comrade Yamada, Pop-Tarts guy, was I hypocrite? That dude also has Vaush brain. He's made like 6 videos on me. I don't know what to tell these guys. I'm kind of more of a pump and dump type, I guess, you know? Like I fuck them and then I'm done, but they seem to keep wanting to come back for more and I don't know. Probably soon, Roxy. Hey, fuck yeah, Britbonger. Sociology best major. I hope you enjoy it. It's a lot of fun, or at least it is for me. How is my oration? I mean, you watch my stream, right? This is my oration. Remember that 13-year-old new Soph being groomed by the alt-right? She's friends with iHypocrite and recommended his videos. Ah, nice. Where did the term Vaush brain come from? It's the funniest shit I've ever heard. It's just, I just... A lot of this is stuff that I was kind of prepared for because, a lot of this is stuff that I'm kind of prepared for because it all happened to Destiny as well. Destiny had like a bunch of debates and afterwards the alt-right got like really upset with him and they would all like run down the exact same line of insults every single time. Like really predictably. So I kind of expected the same thing to happen to me. Yeah, Vaush derangement syndrome. I knew Soph's brother IRL, he's cringe. He's a Nazi too. And hello! Have I talked about the Candace Owen vid yet? No, probably do it tomorrow. Hello, hello, hello. Ah, what was that, a 7 stack or an 8 stack? Beautiful. No good fortune first. It wasn't one of the available ones for the pickaxe, and honestly, it's fine. We're making our way. We're doing good. I'm feeling good about this, guys. 10 diamonds. Nice. Have I ever turned myself into a pickle? No, but I've given it thought. I know you guys would like that. Do you paint miniatures? Yeah. Do you guys want me to show you a painted miniature? Some of you guys might have already seen it, but... Oh my god. Who needs fortune? The turf debate was 100% bad faith from Vaush? No, it wasn't. I was just playful during that debate, but I responded to every single argument that guy gave. If anyone ever believes that I have ever initiated bad faith argumentation, or that I have like fallaciously avoided addressing an argument from another person I debated, please give me like a timestamp. I'll go over it on stream. Like say, like, is this the argument? I want to look, you know? Oh, right, the miniature. There we go. That's the captain. And here is the more traditionally painted... Yeah, ranger. Any recommendations for starting a new channel? Find a niche that you think you can do better than anyone else that isn't being done right now, and then do it so good people will give you money for it. That's really it. There are no guarantees, and it's a harrowing world fraught with disappointment. I have been extraordinarily lucky, but I know that I am like a miracle case, and every single day I wake up and legitimately question whether or not I am still dreaming after having imagined being able to get a six-figure salary from doing my dream job over less than a year of investment in the channel. Well, I got the six-figure salary over less than a year in investment, but now it's been a year and a half. Which Forge World am I doing? I don't know that much about the lore. I was just painting whatever I thought looked nice. Do I read offline chat? Yes. How should the government address rioting and looting? That is very complicated. Hey, Humphead Sassy, thank you for the 20 bucks, comrade. And, I still haven't finished making the cell phone yet either, those fucking angler quests. Enjoy Terraria, it's a very, very fun game. Do you save just in case this goes south? Yep, I do. I save almost every single dollar I get. Fuck yeah, Xanderhall, that's fantastic. It's a really good poll. Just recently I was able to save about, every day I worry, like one of these days, like I might get banned off YouTube or something wacky's gonna happen. You know, so I save. I've got about, I just managed to put away about 100,000 in savings. How often do I donate to organizations that do stuff I believe in? Yeah, fuck charities. I don't want to settle for just donating money. I want to build an organization, but it's going to take a lot of time and a lot of money and a lot of influence to be able to do that. I don't want to just trust money in the hands of other folk. Like, I've said this before, but ideally I would like to, I'd like to make a PAC. Well, that's how it is for most people. Marx is my sugar mommy. We're keeping this going until we get enough diamond. I don't give a fuck. Anyway, I just thought that'd be a really, really nice idea. Think about it. Joshua for Congress, whatever I may think of him, has done a pretty excellent job raising money for his campaign, about $250,000. What if I could work with other prominent people to put together a PAC that would be capable of massively investing in a few socialist congressional and senatorial candidates every year? What if through my investments I could actually get real socialists in the House of Representatives or in the Senate? Why focus on electoral stuff? Because I think that's where we've been underinvesting right now. I think that the first real step for change we need to engage in is to stop fucking ignoring local politics. We can't keep hoping for a Hail Mary every 4 years. We can't keep doing this. Maybe Cyborg Jin. I've been trying to calm down a little bit more. Give me some diamond. Do you have your eyes on any political candidates for 2024? No, not yet. Joey Jojo with the tier 4 sub. Thank you. Getting rid of my white name because white names are cringe. Also, that woman's PhD makes me sad because I'm 3 years into mine and it already feels cheapened. Oh no! Don't let her take the magic away from you, okay? It's not about the degree, it's about the person who gets it. How come you don't ban as many people as Steve does? Whoa, chill out. I don't know, just different tolerances, I guess. Also, my community is really, really nice. My community is really chill to me. You guys are so nice to me, it's really crazy. How many potential matches do you have on Tinder right now? I haven't matched with anyone on Tinder in ages. It's Corona time, baby. I'm not gonna risk myself and my partner and my roommate for some fucking strange. Absolutely not. And why like look in the windows if I can't sample, you know? Fucking like, oh damn, here's a hot person on Tinder. Oh my god, they've just sent me a picture of their entire asshole opening up and prolapsing. That's so hot. Well, can't do anything about it for a few months. Like, no. That's a dono. Gimme diamond. Gimme diamond. Gimme diamond. Do you actually know Minecraft music, Hyena? Huh. I can take a look at it, Mert. Caleb Maupin is founding a think tank that'll produce policy papers and resource for socialists. Maybe something similar to that. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Now that Caleb Maupin is doing it, I kind of don't want to. I take it back. More diamond! Might be something here. Am I aware of the Gravel Institute? Yeah, of course. Hey, my wish came true. Let's clear that out so we don't have any mishaps. Okay, that's 2. 4 stack? 4 stack. Okay, not bad. Could always be 2. Hans Flemmenwerfer, the profit motive can have a lot of really toxic incentives. Yeah, I know, Xander. I just kind of like making a straight line. It makes my dumb autistic brain happy. Yeah, Roxy Cherry, someone just donated about that. Oh, fuck yeah, Reagan Lad, that's fantastic. Who's the best Joe Bro? I like Okuyasu. The reason why egalitarianism is a virtue... Oh my goodness. Rivix the Ronin, I would love to just talk about 40k lore, but A, I don't know much of it, and B, people who are watching don't seem to care much about it. But I appreciate the sentiment, comrade. How many reptiles do you own? And how much money do I have to pay for you to show me them? I don't know, a little less than a dozen? Maybe I'll show a reptile sometime this stream. Don Mako Umaneko, you will have to type it out, because I am trying to play. Talk about it all stream. Well, the point that I'm getting at here is that I think that right now I prioritize things like egalitarianism because I think we can have egalitarianism without destroying all of humanity. But unfortunately, in the Empire, in 40k, it's pretty evident that it is only through extreme repressive authoritarianism that the Empire is able to continue churning. And what's more, they're losing the war. The Empire of Man is continuously losing star systems to the many, many alien forces that they're trying to bat off. Kokobashki, thank you so much for the $10. I'm really glad that you enjoy my content. Maybe, hopefully in the future, we'll all be able to see each other more often. The police literally just killed some old man. Yeah, I keep hearing rumors about that. I'll take a look at it soon, but I've already done my politics segment for today. Isn't the point that isn't the point of 40k that everyone is bad? Why do people simp for the Imperium? Well, the Imperium are not the worst option. The Imperium are probably third worst. You probably have Eldar. No, you have Tau is probably the most moral. And then you have Eldar. And then you probably have the Imperium of Man. That'd probably be the argument that I would take. I don't know, Mel. Show you. Just got to learn those arguments. Who is the most evil? Oh, here we are. The most evil. It's not the orcs. Dark Eldar. Yeah, it has to be the Dark Eldar. No, it has to be the Dark Eldar. The Dark Eldar worship chaos, but the Dark Eldar literally just get off on making people suffer. They're pretty fucking bad. Oh wait, they don't worship chaos? The Dark Eldar, don't they? Don't they have Slaanesh guard in their unit roster? Oh, I guess I'm just thinking of a Chaos Warriors troop that kind of looks Eldar-esque. Occupy Wall Street was wasn't guided properly. Unfortunately, when you have like an aimless movement, you can't expect to get anything done. What do you mean you're finishing Minecraft forever? I mean that I'll be done with Minecraft after this. I was being hyperbolic. Tell us about Slaanesh from Warhammer 40k, Papa. It's a slut demon. Somebody in YouTube chat wants to debate. What do they want to debate on? I'm down for a debate. We're playing Minecraft. How old was I during Occupy Wall Street? Well, I'm 26 today, so you'll have to do the math yourself. He said whatever. Not the most compelling argument on my end. In 40k, what's the point of invading star systems? Getting the resources to avoid having your homeworld colonized by alien forces. That's it. The constant stretch outward is just for building resources. The Space Hulk, which is like a giant ship built by the Imperium of Man, is literally like an astronomical unit long. Oh shit, Tattoo Jew Boy with the 30 bucks. Thank you, comrade. Great convo with Paul yesterday. I think some online degrees are useful for working people towards advance, just depends on the institution. Yeah, apparently there's a difference between private and for-profit that I was not aware of, so I'll have to take a look at that, but I agree. Ah, gotcha, Vor. Okay, yeah, so the most evil group would either be the Dark Eldar or Chaos, because the Chaos and Dark Eldar seem to actively worship Vice, whereas the Necrons are pretty much just neutral, like, tomb gods that want to retake the universe. Orcs just like fighting. Tau are arguably fairly utilitarian. Why do the aliens hate the humans? It's not that they hate the humans, they just want their own shit. They're all competing over the same resources. Well, actually, the Chaos hate the humans, because they're literally just evil. Space Wolves? Well, they're part of the Imperium of Man. Is there any anarcho race? The orcs, kind of. The only hierarchy in the orc settlements is whoever's the biggest. That is what determines who is the orc leader. It's who's the largest person. There can never be enough Doc at Frost 8K. Yes, I have a snake. Also, orcs don't have dicks. Yeah, because they're fungus people, literally. To give you an example, very recently, orcs got a huge buff in Total War Warhammer 2. Though this is Warhammer Fantasy, it's the same orcs race. And one of the buffs that they gave was they made Ironhide, one of the orc generals, just bigger. They just made him bigger. That's what they did. That was, they're like, let's buff these. We'll just make him bigger. And it's a buff. They made him bigger. Big boy. Is it worth getting into the 40k lore if you have no interest in playing? Oh yeah, totally. There are still a lot of good books out there. Yeah, 100%. It's not just about playing the game. Though many of the books are ultimately, you know, an attempt to get you into playing the game. That is by no means something you have to do to enjoy the lore. Female orcs are a thing in fantasy before 40k? That's kind of cringe. I don't care. I am ignoring it. I pretend I do not see it. I have played Cave Story. Why are so many of the 40k channels chuds? Because nerd interests have been co-opted by a bunch of reactionaries. What do you want? Fungi People was a retcon? Yeah, but that's better. Fungi People is so much better than orcs fucking. Why would orcs ever want to fuck? Why? What do they get out of it? They just want to fight. Why would they ever fuck? The idea of them just fighting and then they die and their bodies just decay into a bunch of fucking like gene seeds that spread to the planet and make more orcs from like mushroom colonies is way better. Any female races? There are no all-female races. American working man with the $2. Vaush won't display his parents' wealth? Ask him. Wait, what do you mean display my parents' wealth? What does that mean? You mean like I won't show their tax returns on stream? That is true. I will not show their tax returns on stream. You got me. What's the most powerful race in Warhammer? You could probably argue it's either the Tyrannid or Chaos. I want diamond. I'll have to make a new diamond pickaxe to keep going. I have. Shows the taxes, coward. Opinion on the huge downer ending of Warhammer Fantasy. I don't know much about it. What, so a god came and just blew up the planet? I don't know much about what happened. Are the Space Wolves anti-authoritarian? Maybe. They're all like weird Nordic people. People get really obsessive over my parents' income. I don't, like, do they think it's like an argument? Vaguely gesturing at imagined hypocrisy instead of making an argument. Do you like that bop? Well, this tunnel is gonna go all the way across the world. We're getting to it. We're getting to the far lands today. Have a good one, Mimi Kabini. Is there any LGBTQIA plus representation of Warhammer? Yeah, some of the more recent books, I think, have had non-binary characters, which makes sense. The far lands are gone. We're getting there anyway. Who do you think will win out overall the universe? I don't fucking know. They're probably never going to finish the story. Why would they? Then there wouldn't be, like, a conflict for them to sell miniatures over. Just a fun story. Thank you, Brett and Langle. I don't get your opinion of Caleb, but I appreciate your kindness, and glad we at least care about the same things. Yeah, the entire Adeptus Mechanicus is non-binary as far as I'm concerned. You're a privileged, rich, young white man? Yeah, I'm all of those things, American working man. But I'm rich because of my money now, not because of my parents' money. That's the big difference. Honestly, when it comes to the success that I'm enjoying now, my parents' wealth is almost irrelevant. Like, I'm now telling my parents I'll pay for their shit. Like, it's not... The flow of money is not coming from them to me. Yeah, I'm a self-made businessman. What are these people so mad about? You're literally just bragging right now? Well, people are weird. I don't know. What's up with this arc now? Your parents are rich, so you are bad. They're doing it to play into the, like, wealthy socialist stereotype. Like, I'm like the champagne socialist kind of thing. It's when you, instead of addressing an argument, vaguely gesture at imagined hypocrisy. That's the... Maybe Googly Gook. Chaos probably will win. What mic do you use? I don't know. Cardioid condenser blue microphone. It's like $250 or something. Man, we made this tunnel really big. We might have overdone it with this one. I'll try to have Fantano on someday. I just don't know much about music. I'm really, really glad that I got to talk to YMS again. Adam from YMS? Because initially my convo with him, I feel like I didn't do a great job talking about him with stuff we were both interested in. But the second time around, I think it was a lot better. My humble opinion. When did you talk with him a second time? Drunken Peasants podcast. I'll put it up on YouTube. Why didn't you put the YMS video up on YouTube? The first one? Because I didn't think much came of it, personally. I don't think there was much value to it. AlphaRad never responded to me. I don't think I'll be talking to him. Yeah, of course, Vor. People are just mad that I have, like, I don't know, that I'm succeeding in some respect. Kind of cringe, to be honest. We're almost done. We almost have enough diamond for the full stack, guys. Unfortunately, I have to use a little bit more on this, but it's okay. Will I review Crowder's videos on the riots? Yeah, probably. Just don't remind me of them. I hate doing Crowder's videos. They're legitimately fucking infuriating. You can make chestplate and pants? Oh, I will, but I want to do it all at once. Wasn't I gonna debate Digibro at some point? It's Digine, or Digine, or something like that now? Just efficiency. Cringe. Gorillas is nice. Okay, wait. This is... Okay, this is the right level. Well, yeah, JBZ, for sure. Have you gotten tired of going over the same dumb fuck conservative takes in videos from chuds like Crowder? Yeah, that's why I try to have more people on for conversations. That's why I've been trying to schedule more stuff. Scheduling does make me a little anxious, but... Yeah, George Orwell, keep donating. Eventually, one of your donations will convince me to stop accepting money. Of course, Cracky Comics. What do you think of Crowder's rhetorical style in general? Crowder's job is to encourage the people watching him to feel contempt and dehumanize the people he's speaking of. Everything he does, from his cheap racial caricature to his voices, to his blith and aggressive dismissals of the humanity of the people he's criticizing, seems more or less designed to bring about, like, a particular type of contempt. Hey, whoa, 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 cringe. Cringe. Okay, we can fix this. Can you tell this YouTube guy how to debate you so we'll shut up in YouTube chat? Wait, what does he want to debate? I'm happy to debate. I would love to debate tonight. We've got 2 hours. I would love to debate. But I need a topic. I can't just... I love debate. It makes me so happy. Straight line, no matter what. Straight line, no matter what. Debate me in your Moppin discussion, I think you were super bad faith. Man, Ajax, really?
Toss Toss a coin to your streamer. Oh, viewers plenty.
Revax the Ronin, thank you so much for the 20 bucks. Don't give Crowder attention till his feet defrost. I don't know if I'm big enough for my channel to bring about any meaningful attention to Crowder. The guy in YouTube chat is asking you for a topic? How can you... I'm sorry. How can you ask me for a topic? I'm the broadcaster. I don't know your opinions. You should know my opinions. Because my opinions are of public interest. You can find them out by watching videos of me. He'll debate you on Boris Johnson? I don't know enough about UK politics. Oh, shit, guys. I just had a fucking brain blast. Do you think the reason why Digine was defending known neo-Nazi Medicare over that video he did on trans people where it was literally just about trying to get people to feel disgusted about trans people? Because Digine is trans and she was repressing the fuck out of it at the time? He'll debate you on Bernie being a centrist internationally. Wait, is this a tanky? I actually feel really, really bad for Digi, because I've taken a look at some of her newer videos, and first of all, I think she cleans up real nice with the makeup and the hair and the shaved face and everything, okay? My personal opinion, not relevant to our identity, I still think that's the case. But unfortunately, Digi's community is not as loving and progressive as mine because I've seen a lot of comments under her videos, like 40%, just a matter of time, like that kind of stuff, you know? Like... Is it okay to bully those people? Is it okay to bully people who are encouraging trans people to kill themselves? Yes. I'll mine the goddamn lapis and redstone soon. Fine, I will mine this. You happy? I missed diamond? That seems unlikely. Roxy Cherry, you've never lied to me before. Is this what you meant, Roxy Cherry? Is this the thing that you thought was diamond? I'm on block 11 right now. I'd have to look more into it for. He said he'll debate you on puffins? I see. What is DigiNay's political leanings? I don't know. Probably the same, like, dumb fuck, like, libertarian-leaning, like, useful idiot type of belief that most people online seem to have. Nice, Dewey. There we go. You could not debate me. American working man, would you like to debate? If you have Discord, I'll... Oh, shit, that's the ocean. If you have Discord, I'll even give you my top secret friend code. So you can just... it'd be like having a hotline to me. I do not inseed. Torterra65, the more I think about it, the more I think that a parliament might just be a better government system than a presidency. Maybe Newt, I'm not sure. Thanks, Sai. You could have tried a little bit more than you did already, but I'll take a look when I go over donos. Sounds to me, Act Steady, like all you actually want to do is come on and tell me how much you like my content. In which case, I'll probably be doing a viewer call-in stream soon enough, and maybe then. How is a parliament better? Because the coalition government style of a parliament is inherently better at promoting the strength of third parties. Well, Vince Bird, if a creative wants to like, a creative is going to have their like limits placed on them in a traditional firm as well. Creatives in like traditional firms are constantly being restricted based on like marketing projections or like limitations being placed by executives and all that stuff. I don't think a cooperative is any more limiting necessarily than a traditional firm. I have not played Blood Fresh Supply, but it's one that I want to play on stream sometime. I'm getting asked a lot of real fancy pants questions, and hello, handsome. The Kumbo awaits. Oh, that's right. It doesn't work on Enderman. Hey. Yes, the Meme Lord. I think both of them together will go a long way. I want to debate you tonight, bro. Make it happen. Okay, American working man. As you say. American working man, listen carefully. I'll only say this once. My Discord username is Vaush. That's like how Vaush is spelled. Hashtag 5559. And if you send a friend request to that and then message me, or well, I have to accept the friend request. If you send a friend request to that and then tell me what your goddamn Discord username is so I know which one to accept, and we'll have ourselves a chat. What do you think of Lilith Lovett? Unfortunately, she has the libertarian brain disease, but I think that Lilith Lovett actually has a really good heart. Very pleasant in DMs as well. That means a lot to me, being like polite, cordial, like friendly, that kind of stuff. We gotta start doing strip mining. I hate doing it, but... Why is the debate lord concerned with civility? Because I like my friends to be nice. What do you mean? I don't mean my debate opponent. I mean like people I'm just buddy chatting with. Yeah, I'd prefer those people probably be nice. Another tanky? Who's the tanky? Whatever happened to Bad Mouse Productions? Didn't they stop making videos or something like that? Just like you did to me, Weekly Winner. Oh yeah, you know, we had it's kind of feast or famine with these diamonds, you know? Like, we had it going for a little while. That is a complicated question, Arachnoid. So wait, who's a tanky? A bunch of people said tanky earlier. Was someone in chat, or was there another person who wanted to debate? Diamond. Hold on. You're a bat. Who's Lilith Lovett? Just a Twitterer, trans girl libertarian. Oh, it's a mineshaft. Hey, a mineshaft at the right level is actually a really, really great ore repository. Wish there was a trash bucket. It's true, Nigel Farage, I am terrified of you, and that is sincere, but probably not for the reasons you know. How's everyone doing tonight? We having a good one? Here, let me just, we probably don't need all this. Ajax. Your immediate reduction of his position to fascism was incredibly bad faith. Ajax, why? Ajax, we can talk about it, but... Yeah, Vaush Season 3 is when I move into the new room. The beginning of a new season is denoted by a change in background. That's how it works, folks. That'd be pretty pog, no? Oh, if we go too high up, we're not gonna get any diamond. Oh, I thought you didn't notice me. We're gonna get a new season OP. Isn't that gonna be fucking sick? Before, it's up until this point, it's been like, hey guys, how's it going? But from now on, it's gonna go da 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 da. Oh, we're calling the guy. Hold on.
Hello?
Howdy.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing great. How about you? Your voice is coming through loud and clear.
Okay, that's good. I bought the new cheap iPhone, so I hope the quality is still okay.
The regular 11?
No, I don't have that much money. The SE2.
Ah, gotcha. Hell yeah. Well, you sound nice. How you doing, my friend?
Well, I was having a pretty good evening, my friend, and I was just posting in your chat, random comments about your family wealth and so on. I never expected I would get a response. I have so much more respect for you, and I'll say that right now. I have so much respect for you because you actually respond rather than just ignoring and pretending I didn't say that shit.
Yeah, well, the reason why I feel comfortable responding is because I don't really think it's a meaningful challenge to any of my positions. But yeah, I'll never ignore a dono, I guess, unless they're just insulting me, but you didn't. You just kind of implied. I'm not actually entirely sure what you were implying. What criticisms do you have of me, or I guess of my family?
Well, I mean, I would say off the bat, I would be inclined towards more hostility towards your message, just on the sense that you seem to be of the liberal side culturally among white people. And I'm not saying that in a sense I'm basically I'm saying white people come in more conservative versus more liberal, culturally speaking, sides, regardless of socioeconomic status. And I grew up more conservative part of the country and so on. So I would be naturally a little bit more biased toward that, a little bit, more skeptical. And I would say
by
that
liberal, do you mean I have an inclination towards stuff like egalitarianism and equal rights and all that stuff, or?
No, not really. I mean, when I went to California, I saw that there was a lot of poverty, minority people lived in a poor status. It was very much the same as in more conservative parts of the country. So I wouldn't say that more liberal parts of the country are more egalitarian in like a racial sense. But I would say like there's a cultural difference, and it's hard for me to put my finger on what exactly it is.
Man buns?
Oh man, bro. I mean, like there's a difference though. Like California versus Oklahoma, for example, you know, type of a deal. Like there's a difference, and you know, you may be a middle class white person in Oklahoma, and you may be middle class in California, but there will be a cultural difference. There will still be like the same socioeconomic differences between you and, you know, certain minority groups, which I agree are unjust. And there will certainly be class differences the same as well. But there's also a cultural difference. And I think religion may be the main delineator, or a big one, because I think religiousness, because I mean, I'm talking about the South here. I think maybe religiousness in the South is a big delineator among a certain class of people.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I grew up in California. I have family in Florida and Alabama. There are definitely pretty severe cultural differences. I don't disagree with that. I just, I mean, my views aren't exactly in lockstep with the average Californian either. As progressive as Californians may sometimes seem, it's actually not as blue a state as many people would like to believe. And what's more, I'm a leftist, of course, you know, I'm an anti-capitalist, so that does dispose me at least somewhat against some of the, you know, liberal tech valley types. I guess my question is, like, you were throwing some shots, like, at my parents and stuff, and I'm just curious, like, are you implying that my, like, family background means that my ideas are less worthwhile, or what was the implication there? You said I was privileged too, which I am. I mean, I am privileged, but I've never denied that.
So the implication was basically that I had heard various rumors that your parents were like extremely wealthy and Hollywood people, and I had a very negative reaction to that, actually, because my feeling was, okay, so here we have like this rich ass guy, you know, belonging to this super rich family, and he is like, you know, presenting himself as a certain thing, like a rebel and so on. But he has this family privilege, which means he can always go back to that when the rebellion, you know, maybe doesn't pan out or something. And so I just felt like there was a certain level of hypocrisy there. And, you know, I don't know the entire veracity of that. That's why I was actually challenging in the chat. I was saying, like, you know, release your parents' tax returns, or you know, some
why would I do
verification
that
of
to
what your
appease
parents
some
are.
trolls online? Why would I ever release my parents' tax returns because some, like, people on YouTube or Kiwi Farms or whatever that think they're super wealthy?
You're a public figure, Vaush.
Yeah, I
you're
am.
rising on YouTube.
I am. They're not. I'm not going to dox my parents because people have some weird ideas about my family wealth. Like, my parents' positions, like my jobs, like, their names are known. You can find them on IMDb, and then you can go online and look up the average salary of the positions that they've held. They are not super wealthy. They're just middle to slightly above middle class people. Right now, I make 3 times as much as both of my parents put together. So this isn't like ancient family wealth I'm drawing from. This is just, they just moved to Beverly Hills so I could get a good education.
I mean, I would tend to believe you on that at that point. I mean, it would be nice to see a little bit more verification, but
why would I have to verify that?
Well, just because, I mean, Caleb Maupin claimed that your parents were like really rich Hollywood people.
Yeah, Caleb Maupin is an idiot. And he also thinks that, like, if he makes up, like, enough shit about me, he also called me a pedophile. If he makes up enough shit about me, then it makes up for the fact that he got obliterated in his conversation with me. But, I mean, does anyone have any proof? Like, that's the weird thing. Like, why do I have to provide proof to prove they're not super wealthy? Where's my dad driving around in, like, a Lamborghini? Where's, like, the picture of, like, them entering their, like, 8-bedroom mansion in the hills? Like, there's none. I know there's none because they'd grown up doing that shit. I would have benefited from it a little bit instead of doing what I actually did, which was helping out with my parents' like monthly bills by trying to cook food at home so that they didn't feel they had to get takeout, which I knew they couldn't always afford to get.
Right. I mean, it's the kind of thing to where when you hear an accusation, you tend to give it some credence. I mean, that's kind of a human tendency, I would say. So when I heard the accusation that you had parents that had you grow up in Hollywood, and then you did admit that you grew up in Beverly Hills, there was a tendency there for me to think, okay, well, maybe he did grow up a millionaire.
Yeah, sure. Just, I guess, be a little bit more skeptical in the future. A lot of people make a lot of stuff up about me. I mean, depending on who you follow online, like you can find a lot of wacky claims about me. But like I mean, I can even back this up further. Like even if I did come from some ultra rich background, I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing or that it reflects negatively on any revolutionary, ideological tendencies. So I guess I just don't understand why people are obsessed over it. It just feels like people are looking for another excuse to ignore my opinions.
I would disagree with you there. I would say that someone's class background plays a big background in their beliefs. Now, it is possible for someone to move against what their family believed. Like, for example, the famous Lenin, his family was nobility in Russia, first generation, but nobility nevertheless. And because his brother was murdered by the Tsar, he was motivated to actually move against the Tsar and move against Russia. And he did so with his whole life, very dedicated. But he had a profound personal reason to do that.
Yeah, but why don't we just judge people by the ideas they have and not like pretend or imagine they'll like secretly go back on their values because they're rich?
No, I think that's naive.
So wait,
You have
so
to take
anytime
into
a person
account history.
anytime a person is rich, it doesn't matter if they're a leftist?
No, I mean, that would be simplistic as well. Like, you can't go so far as to say, they're rich, therefore they're not a leftist. Like, that, that's an extreme position. But you need to look more skeptically, and you need to see, okay,
But that is the position you've taken. You just heard rumors my parents were millionaires, and from that you assumed there was a conflict between my class background and my ideology. Like, you've taken the least skeptical position possible. You just blindly accepted, like, some internet rumor as truth, and then used it to shape your opinions of a person.
No, so I've seen someone who is a rising star among the left, and I have taken a very skeptical position, really mainly in contrast to that overwhelming positive reaction, just because I want to provide a counter reaction and a counter voice, not because, I don't necessarily say that, the idea was true. After talking to you, actually, I really do feel what you have told me is probably true. I feel sincerity
but why does
in your
it
voice.
matter?
It matters a lot. It matters a lot because, there's a big history in the left of COINTELPRO. We know that. The Communist Party USA was destroyed by COINTELPRO.
Do you think COINTELPRO was the FBI recruiting, like, rich people with rich parents? COINTELPRO was FBI agents and informants that were paid off by the FBI, not, like, frat boys and trust fund kiddies getting in on the left.
I don't pretend to be an expert on how they did it, but I know they did it, and they did it effectively.
Yeah,
and they destroyed that party. That had a big voice in civil rights, in workers' rights, but that party was destroyed.
Yeah, but it had literally nothing to do with the claims you're levying at me. So again, like, why would it matter? What if I was a millionaire? If my channel keeps going the way it's going right now, in 2 or 3 years, there's a decent chance that I might be. So, like, what impact does that have on my positions, like, ideologically?
I mean, I would say you probably should not become a millionaire if you're a leftist. You probably should do something better with that money.
Yeah, oh yeah, sure. Like, I can put it towards other stuff, but like the total amount of the income that I would have would still like I would still be a million. Even if I put like all my money towards like a PAC or towards like fundraising, I would still be a millionaire. Like, my assets and income would still be really, really high.
Yeah.
But like, how does that?
If you gave it away, would it be? If you gave away your money, would you still be a millionaire? I don't think so.
Well,
would you?
Well, yeah, because the total assets. So wait, I'm sorry. So again, what is wrong with a leftist having money?
So there are people dying right now because they don't have enough to live. So if you have great excess far beyond what you can use, you should either be using that towards a change in the system, some sort of political movement, or presumably you should be using it towards helping people.
What if I thought I
that's
could
pretty
do
simple.
What if I thought I could do more good by being a millionaire and trying to use the wealth and class privilege that I would have obtained by engaging with other socialites and trying to move over powerful and wealthy figures towards like the cause of leftism? What if there's actually more long-term gain to be had with me being a millionaire operating for the left than me just donating all the money that I get towards charity?
Maybe Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos are better off accumulating more
Well,
and oppressing more people.
The problem with Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates isn't that they're billionaires, it's that they're not leftists, whereas I am a leftist, so...
They're not? I think Bill Gates maybe is.
No. What?
He makes noises like that.
You think Bill Gates wants to abolish capitalism?
No, he doesn't go that far. But if he
Wait, what do you mean by leftist, then?
If Bill Gates did say he wanted to abolish it, but continued his present course, would it be any different?
Well, if he put his money and his influence towards working to abolish capitalism, yeah, it'd be hugely different, yeah.
Okay, well, that's different then. You were just saying like being a millionaire or a billionaire and holding on to your money. Now, if you're using your money to abolish capitalism, yeah, that's a different question.
Nobody just holds
different
onto their money. The billionaires and millionaires diversify stock portfolios and invest in enterprises that they think will generate income for them long term. If a leftist billionaire came about, they could conceivably orient their capital into such a way as to provide a funding outlet for leftist enterprises and worker co-ops for decades. A single leftist billionaire could literally single-handedly fund a political revolution. Bernie was the best funded Democratic political candidate of the 2020 presidential primaries, and except for Bloomberg, of course, and he made about $1/3 billion. A multi-billionaire leftist could do incredible things. I just don't like the idea of demonizing the concept of leftists being wealthy when wealth is power, and power is how we win.
But I mean, the thing is, if you had that much money, you wouldn't actually give it to Bernie. And that's why we don't have someone right now who did. There's many people who became billionaires now who probably, presumably, statistically, one of them would have been a leftist when
I don't think that's true.
Okay, statistically, none of them was a leftist when they were young. They were all right-wingers.
No, not right. Wait. By leftist, I mean anti-capitalist. I don't care about progressivism in the context of this conversation.
I mean, you were talking about Bernie before, and he was not a leftist. By that standard, he was just a progressive.
No, Bernie pretty actively appealed to anti-capitalist sentiments, relentlessly calling out the excesses of big business, advocating for workers to own a share of large companies. Even though he himself was not a full-on socialist, it's pretty clear his presidency was representative of the interests of socialists.
I mean, I feel like we're just like kind of drifting off topic here to a certain extent. Like, I feel like we're going back and forth about, what is a billionaire? What is a leftist? Like, my bottom line
and a leftist
is
an anti-capitalist. A billionaire is a person whose assets exceed like $999,999,999.
Look, I'm not into the whole destiny. Let's, split hairs on exact definition shit.
It's not splitting hairs. Those are just those are the definitions. So
my general direction is this. You advocate your self-interest. That is human nature. You will advocate, in general, your self-interest. So if you are rich, you will generally tend towards advocating towards rich people. If you are white, you will generally advocate towards the interest of white people. That is a general tendency. It can be counteracted under a certain circumstance, but that's a general natural tendency. So there's a skepticism towards a rich leftist because leftism is inherently anti-capitalist. But if you have a billionaire, that is inherently capitalist. So there's an inherent contradiction there.
We're all capitalists right now.
No, we are not all capitalists. We are proletariat.
How do you make your money?
Capitalist system.
Wait, how do you make your money?
As a proletarian slaving for a capitalist.
You participate in the capitalist system, though. Like, you function within the system.
Because I am a slave, sir. I am a slave to the capitalist system. I am a proletariat.
Yeah, but you nonetheless participate in the system, do you not?
That doesn't make me a capitalist.
Well, it means
clearly defined in Marx.
It means the way in which you obtain your money is through capitalism. Me too. I'm just, I guess, doing it a little bit better, or more luckily, I suppose, than a lot of other people. You're
obfuscating. You're obfuscating the difference between a proletarian and a capitalist. Any leftist should know that.
Wait, you were the one who earlier didn't know that leftist meant anti-capitalist.
Yeah, that was never the case. I clearly explained people advocate their self-interest. That is the basics, really, of Marx.
But that's a general sociological tendency, not a one-to-one guaranteed predictor of human behavior. So why is it wrong
I agree.
for a leftist?
There are exceptions.
Right, so why is it wrong for a leftist to be wealthy?
So you said billionaire, and for a billionaire, I think that goes to a scale beyond what's acceptable. I would view that with a great skepticism. I would view with a great skepticism that someone with $1 billion has not had their personal interest override whatever solidarity they once felt for the proletariat they once belonged to.
But that's the case for everyone. Do you think there can be no white leftists because you worry that their whiteness and their interest in maintaining their white privilege might override their interest in racial equality?
Yeah, it's actually a big force against it.
So
It's actually the major force against leftism in this country.
White people?
I would view it with more skepticism than those that were minority.
I'm not asking you if you view it with skepticism. Okay, fine. What criteria of evidence would you require to no longer view skeptically a white person?
I mean, I would need to meet the person and, you know, get a sense of their personhood. And
you would need to meet
views on
every
life.
single white person before you could say they were like a good leftist?
Obviously not myself personally, but what I'm sharing here is like a view in general. I would say generally, there's more skepticism towards white people. Generally, there's even more skepticism.
Okay, but
towards
wait,
wealthy
I don't like your use of the term skepticism here. It's one thing to think, okay, it's possible some people have conflating interests, and another thing entirely to think, I don't think these people are capable of being leftists until proven otherwise. There's a very big difference. That is what you did with me and what you did with wealthy people. So there's a very large difference between, I believe there's a possibility of class or racial interest interfering with the greater good, and what you've done here, which is, I do not think, unless proven otherwise, these people are good leftists.
I mean, I wouldn't go that far. I would say you have skepticism and you need to show a reason. Why did this person counteract their natural inclination? That's really what you need to show. Well, I mean, you can state that, but many people state that. I had a friend once.
I have a YouTube channel where every single day I publish leftist propaganda and I argue with far-right figures to demonstrate the superiority of my ideas.
I had a specific accusation that your parents were Hollywood elite and that you were CIA.
What? How can you call yourself a skeptic if you hear Vaush is CIA and you just accept that?
Well, I mean, I would rather believe you were.
Why would you ever assume? Why would you ever assume that's the case? Someone in chat right now is telling me that you're a pedophile. Do you have anything to say to this? It's possible. You're a man. A lot of sexual abusers are men more often than women.
I mean, I would say if you want to believe I'm a pedophile, good for you.
I do.
You can if you want.
Hey guys, does anyone know from this guy's chat if this guy's posted anything out about his life? Can we get his real name? If this guy's a pedophile, I don't want the police to be made unaware of it.
Yeah. I would rather not be doxxed personally, but I mean, if I am, that will suck.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this is the logical conclusion of your fucking the system of belief here. You don't just go like, oh, well, I've heard an accusation against someone. It feels right. Probably true.
No, I didn't. I challenged you on it, and you responded, and I came on to debate. And actually, I even told you earlier, after discussing with you, I do feel you're probably being honest with me. I really do feel you probably are not a white liberal.
You asked me to provide my parents' tax returns, so I want you to go to the police station and I want you to pull up a registry of your criminal offenses. And if you can send that to me, I won't show it on stream, so I won't show your name and face. But if you can show that to me, then I will no longer say you're a pedophile.
Bro, did you provide me your parents' tax returns?
Have you provided me your criminal registry?
I'll provide you my criminal registry if you provide me your parents' tax returns.
Do you understand?
I have nothing to fear on the criminal registry.
Wait, you would actually do that?
Hell yeah, because I have nothing to fear. I didn't commit any crimes. Why not?
No, it's okay. I'm taking it in.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this became more adversarial than it had to be.
You came in, you requested that I turn over my parents' tax forms, and you said that you believed or at least held some credence to the idea that I am CIA.
Caleb Maupin accused you of that.
Caleb Maupin is brain dead.
Well, I mean,
what legitimacy does Caleb Maupin have? If Caleb Maupin makes a claim, I'm less inclined to believe it. When Caleb Maupin says something out of his human mouth, I hear that and think that can't be true just by merit of it having been something he agreed with. I would deny the color of the sky if he were to say it was blue. Caleb Maupin is not a reliable figure to get information from.
I mean, he's a reporter.
So is Andy No. So is fucking Ian Miles Chong.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed credible to me.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Okay. Yeah. Exactly. So we've gone. So we've gone
out.
back to intuition as the argument. It seems credible to you.
No, it's not intuition. We went into the world of debate. I didn't leave it there. I agreed to debate you fairly and freely.
You said it seemed credible to you before talking to me.
But I also sought out a discussion, and after a discussion, I came to the conclusion that they probably were wrong, actually. So I would say that, you know, I had a certain source of information, and I would say that that was probably wrong. But I mean, I sought you out, and I talked to you about it, and you know, you seem genuine in what you believe. I would say that about you. So I don't think you're a CIA plant anymore.
But you believed it initially with no evidence.
No, I wasn't sure, but I thought
you just said
possible.
anymore.
I thought it was possible, and so
anything
I
is
threw out some
possible.
super chats, and I was thinking, okay, this guy needs to address this, and I really thought this. I was like, okay, he needs to address this because it is a real question. As a rich white man from a rich background, there's a very real possibility you could have been recruited by the CIA.
But you didn't know
it's
I was.
Big
Wait,
history.
The CIA doesn't recruit rich people. Why would a rich person endanger themselves by accepting recruitment from the CIA for an undercover project?
Because you're more inclined to their project due to closeness to the state.
No, wait. Wealthy people don't just like, oh, yes, my portfolio is large, therefore I have ties to the FBI and the CIA. What are you talking about? The CIA pulls plants by infiltrating existing organizations, in which case the wealth is irrelevant. You could make the argument I'm CIA like Vaush got big on YouTube, okay, then the CIA got to him. But if that's the case, the wealth with which I was born is utterly irrelevant to that question.
Man, I grew up poor, okay? I didn't grow up rich like you. You know, I don't have all that knowledge and all that insight. I just know to be suspicious of certain things.
Okay, wait, being poor is an
all.
excuse for being stupid. Like, you don't just assume people are CIA because some dumb fuck on Twitter said so. And don't assume that my parents are wealthy because some dumb fuck on Twitter said so. And then don't tell me that I need to post my parents' docs as a way of disproving an unfounded allegation from somebody who's just ass pain that I blew him out in debate.
You did admit that they grew up in, or rather, sorry, they lived in Beverly Hills.
Beverly Hills has waiters, servers, car washers, repairmen, and every other manner of proletarian work that is done in every other city on Earth. Every city, from San Francisco to fucking New Orleans, has wealthy and poor people. Beverly Hills has more wealthy people, but it's still majority people who are working class.
To the common man, that means wealth.
I know that, but commonality cannot be used as an excuse for ignorance.
Yeah, I think it can, man. We don't know everything. Sometimes you're suspicious. Okay. Sometimes you don't know.
Do you think you might be a little bit classist?
I think that a class perspective can tell you a lot of things. I don't think it tells you everything about someone, but I think that in America, there is less classism than there should be, and more is better than what we have in general.
Wait, you want classism?
I would say in America, there is less class consciousness. Classism is that's like saying racism. I would say class consciousness. There is less class consciousness than there should be in America.
Because classism and class consciousness are almost the exact opposite things.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that, you know, you're saying like, you know, racism versus race consciousness. Of course, racism is bad. Race consciousness, awareness
No,
of
I
what role
asked
it may
you if
play
you
is
felt
different.
you were being classist, like bigoted towards people of lower socioeconomic status.
Oh, towards lower?
Yes.
No, absolutely not, because I belong to a lower class.
There are black people who
status.
are racist against black people.
Yes, there's also, you know, people that are racist against their own, or, you know, biased against their own class as well.
Yeah, that might be you. Actually, I think that's both of us, according to you, right? I'm like Lenin. I'm a wealthy person who, I guess, who's turned traitor against his own class. And you're kind of like the opposite. You're like a person from a poor background, but you're unironically classist because you keep defending shit-ass fucking takes like it's okay for me to accuse people of being CIA plants and demand their parents' docs based on unfounded allegations because I'm poor and that makes me stupid.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good connection there, no.
I agree.
really
It's a
don't.
horrible connection, which brings us back to why
no,
would you
and
make it?
It's not something I made either. So I feel like this is like kind of an effort to engage in debating tactics and, you know, attack people and so on and so on. In terms of like what my actual position is, I did not grow up well off, and I did have access to less education than you did, probably. And you made this, you know, attack saying like, oh well, you know, such and such. I feel like you're really taking me out of context.
I'm not trying to take you out of context. I'm saying that you have demonstrated an astounding lack of skepticism when it comes to the information you consume online and the way it impacts your perceptions of the people that you know of. So you've adopted a lot of really weird, indefensible positions, like I heard it online and it sounded right, so...
I didn't say it was true for sure. I just wanted to try it out.
But
Just try it
you
out.
said you don't believe it anymore, which means you believed it before verifying it by speaking with me.
Well, I thought it was possible, but
And
if I
then
believed
you
it for
assigned the
sure,
burden of
would
proof
I have
to
gone to
me.
verify? Would I have gone to verify if I believed it for sure? Obviously, I didn't.
And then you said, well, I still would like to see proof like your parents' tax returns.
Well, you know, it never hurts.
It
You're a public figure.
It
You
never
could make
hurts
that
to make
public.
unfounded accusations against public figures.
I mean, you're a public figure, man. You
What is-
gotta
what is
expect
that?
that's gonna come your way.
Wait. Yeah, from idiots. That doesn't make it good. I expect a lot of things to come my way, including death threats. Does that make it okay to send death threats to me? Because I can just expect that's a thing that will happen?
I mean, I wouldn't go as far as to say that, but I would say that when you're a public figure, you must expect a greater scrutiny. You must expect a greater burden.
Scrutiny
And
scrutiny doesn't mean believing stuff with no proof and then demanding proof that the things that you believe with no proof isn't true. That's not what
Well,
scrutiny means.
I felt a suspicion as well. I felt like a certain degree, like what you were saying, it was a little bit convenient to the ruling class. Like you were saying,
What is
vote
convenient to
Biden,
the ruling class?
vote Biden.
That is not
Even
convenient
though
to the
Biden
ruling
sucks.
class. You do realize that Trump has engaged in far more tax cutting and far more business friendly like legislation than Biden
Yes,
would.
but no one's gonna fucking vote for Trump. Everyone knows Trump is a fucking monster.
Plenty of people are going to vote for Trump.
Well, they're fucking idiots.
Okay, then
There's not even
okay,
an
then let's try to
argument for him.
convert some idiots by saying we should vote for Biden.
Yeah, no one's gonna vote for Trump.
Well, that's what people
It's
said
like
in
within this
2016.
discourse.
That's what people said in 2016, and then he became the president of the United States of America. So,
I know, but I
yikes.
mean, the vote for Biden though.
And
Biden is like he is better than Trump because
Then
he's
that's
hard
all
to
you
be
need.
worse than Trump. No, it's not. No, it's not.
that is,
It's
that's
not.
it. That's the whole math done right there. He's better. That's it.
A major anchor said that if the left wanted to be taken seriously, what they needed to do
I'm aware of this exact
is
interview,
withhold-
and I've talked about it on
Okay.
stream, and I think I've thoroughly debunked it through counterclaims.
I would say we need to withhold our vote.
Yeah, I know.
I would say so.
This is what you get from, like, listening to Caleb Maupin. This is, like, the logical conclusion of that, I think.
I mean, I don't listen to that many of his videos. I've just listened to, like, maybe 4 or 5. And yours was one.
Okay. That's, then you've ingested, that's like, I mean, that's like ingesting, like, only a few milligrams of cyanide. Like, like, that shit hits hard. Caleb Maupin is not a trustworthy news figure. I've gone over that exact video. I disagree. The word of one singular reporter does not overwhelm all the available evidence on the importance of voting and participating in the process, even if it hurts some people's feelings.
Yeah. I mean, I just feel like if we always vote for them, if we do, then they will always know we are captive, and therefore they can rig the process and always put in a corporate Democrat who will not advocate our policy. The DNC, the corporate Democrats, the powers that be.
Then why did Bernie Sanders get closer to the presidency than any leftist ever has before in the history of this country?
He was never close. He was never even a little bit close.
Wait. Yeah, he was. And he was far closer than any previous person with views as radical as his.
Okay, Bernie Sanders converted me to leftism. Okay, before Bernie Sanders, I was not that political. I didn't really care that much. Then in 2015, when he announced and he said the millionaires and the billionaires will be questioned, that made a huge difference to me because he spoke different to me than any politician had ever spoken. Okay. And I felt on that basis that, you know, we have to listen to that. But I also feel that he actually did not get that close. When you look at the DNC records in that first campaign, they rigged the debates. They gave the questions to Hillary.
What do you mean he didn't get that close?
Oh, they gave the debate questions to Hillary Clinton.
Okay, what does that have to do with how close he got? He still got incredibly close.
So
I'm not arguing the DNC didn't rig it.
Yeah, so they did rig. I mean, even in terms of like the final result, if you read 538, they say that he was not actually that close.
He wasn't that
in comparison to total votes.
Yeah, he wasn't that close. Yeah, you're right. It took the DNC rigging their candidate, Hillary Clinton, against him for him to not be able to win. A leftist, a person with more radical political positions than any frontrunner presidential candidate in the history of this country, got within reasonable fighting distance of the presidential nomination, and it took the DNC rigging things against him for that to be the case. That would be a pretty strong argument in favor of my position.
He may very well have lost without.
Without what?
Without the rigging.
Yeah, I didn't say that he won. I said we're getting closer.
Yeah, and in 2020 he was further from winning than in 2016.
Yeah, because people
much further.
Yeah, because people. Guys, is fire protection good on this? Fire protection 4 seems like it'd be really good for the dragon. No? Okay. Protection 4? Do I want protection 4 for pants? Is that fine? Can I do protection 4? Okay, that seems good. Nice. Nice meme. Unbreaking 3, probably not. Feather falling? Is there a severe risk of me getting, Okay, we'll take feather falling. Okay. Sick. Alright, we're doing it. We're doing it up. Do you play Minecraft?
Me?
Yes.
No. I mean, once or twice. Not much.
Gotcha. Alright, well, I feel like we've gotten pretty much all we're going to get out of this conversation. So are there any final memes you want to hit me up with? Any final accusations you want to make unfounded at me that I need to disprove by doxing my parents?
Yeah, man. I mean, I wasn't here to do that. I was here to say that you need to advocate class interest, and that your class interest says a lot about what you will push for as a person.
Yeah, but you know what's an even better indicator of what you push for as a person? What you actually push for as a person.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure.
Yeah. That's actually the best indicator right there.
Yeah. Well, you know, I will say for you, I do think you're genuine. I don't think that you're consciously put up by, you know, some wealthy interest. I do think you believe what you say, which is more than what I would have believed before. So I have definitely a better opinion of you now than before. I would still say that in general, people need to be conscious that personal class status plays a big role in class advocacy.
Can
So
I
that's
ask?
all
Can I
can
really
say in
quickly ask you
closing.
something out of curiosity?
Yeah.
Okay. You know how black people disproportionately commit violent crime in the United States?
I don't think that's true.
It is factually the case that they do this.
Yeah, the cops say shit. I
No,
mean,
it's not
it's
the
more
cop. No,
recorded
it's
by
not.
the cops. It's not true.
No, the cops don't say it. These are arrest and conviction records that are tallied by municipalities
By
and by
the
courts.
cops.
No.
By the cops.
No.
Yeah, I don't believe that shit, bro.
So you don't
Why
believe
should
any
we
crime
believe it?
data. So the basis of all criminological surveys and study and data, all the work that leftists and progressive have done for the past century to try to improve the relations between races and other like disparate groups in this country, that means nothing to you?
Blah blah blah. Yeah,
Hey,
I don't believe what the cops say, bro.
Excuse me?
I don't believe what the cops say. I don't just believe what the cops say because they say it. Just because they say they're more in the black neighborhoods, so of course they record more black crimes.
Okay.
Just like
So you
with marijuana, right?
you don't believe in like data as a concept then?
I believe in data.
Wait,
but I think
why?
the data
Wait, why?
The data collector can be flawed.
Yeah, yeah, but you have to prove that. You can't just assume that. You do realize that data
No,
collection.
I don't assume it either. It might.
You
be,
just
though.
assumed
It might be.
all crime data is fake.
No, you just asserted that the blacks committed more crimes, and I said that's questionable. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. We
No,
need
you
to
said
look into
I don't
that.
believe that because you didn't trust the data.
Yeah, I don't believe that right off the bat. I need verification.
How? How would you have that verified if you don't trust the data?
Not off the cops. We need a better source than the cops.
It's not off the cops. Independent NGOs have also been doing research on this for ages. The data on crime rates across races can be corroborated from literally dozens of sources, state and non-state actors. Your deference here is
So-
conspiracy, nothing more.
Did it not derive from the cops?
No.
You're telling me the cops had
What do
no
you mean the
role in
cop?
data
What do you
collection?
think you mean when the cops? Are you like a Chapo dude? This is the level of like brain deadness I'd expect from somebody who festers in that subreddit.
The police.
What police?
On the
You mean police
street.
officers? What about judges?
Yes.
What about courts?
Dude, I'm questioning the police officer
Okay,
on
what
the
about
street
courts?
that compiled that data.
What about the courts?
Yeah. So we need to see.
This is a yes/no
who
question. Do
compiled
you
that
trust data compiled by the courts?
No, it's not a yes or no question. Stop copying Destiny.
I'm not copying
okay?
Destiny. You're copying the worst people he's ever talked to. You just don't trust
Who
data.
compiled that data? Who
What data?
compiled it? You
What
tell me
data?
who compiled it. You brought it up, so you tell me.
Is your mom calling out you? Oh shit, have I been talking to a kid this entire time?
Yes, I'm 12 years old, bro.
How
But I
old?
have
Wait,
a
how
right
wait,
as a
wait,
human
wait. How
being.
old are you actually?
I'm a 12-year-old, but I have a right as a human being to speak to you tonight.
All right. This is getting a little bit weird.
Yeah, I know you were looking to cut it off because I challenged you, bro.
Damn, that sucks. I think that person was a troll. I know a lot of people were calling it earlier, but it's always a possibility. People like that are legitimately just brain dead. No, I left. Are you kidding me? Holy fuck. I didn't even get to my, like, comparison, dude. Let me make the argument. Who's the next person? Ajax, bring it on. I can make it so much better. Tiso, no you can't. Everyone who thinks they can make an argument like that is also incapable of making an argument like that. Fuck you. Eat my shit. Ajax, you're up next. What am I doing? Oh, we're so close to a full set of diamond armor. We're so fucking close. Can I finish the comparison? No. Fuck you. Ajax, are you in the Discord already? Okay, then message me.
Hello.
Howdy.
How's it going?
Doing great. Your mic seems to be a little on the sensitive side. It's picking up a lot of crackling and wind and what have you. Are there any ambient noises you can... That you just happened again.
Okay. I mean, like, I could, like, it's sort of on, like, a wire that's, like, crinkly when you move it. I'll make sure not to fiddle with it.
Gotcha. I love and respect you and appreciate your sacrifice. All right, hit me up.
Oh, I love you, too. Thank you very much.
All right, no fucking around. I'm in a bad mood after that guy. Hit me up. What's the problem?
Okay. Well, I am a big fan. I'm a huge fan, as a matter of fact, which made me very disappointed when I watched the Maupin debate, because I thought you engaged in some incredibly bad faith arguments with regards to, first of all, bringing up his appearances on Iranian state TV and his ties to RT, and also equating. I mean, I agree with you generally, and I don't give a fuck about Caleb Maupin. Honestly, he can eat shit and die for all I care. But I just think that with regards to advancing the sort of libertarian socialist movement, I think you did both yourself and the movement a disservice with this debate, because, you know, I mean, you talk about how it's sort of useless appealing to tankies, because, you know, where are they going to go? Are they going to go further to the left? Well, I think that's just totally false, because we want them on our side, because being a tanky is a bad thing, is it not?
Yeah, so just to get ahead of this one, generally speaking, when I'm arguing with bad faith actors, I'm more concerned with shows of strength than I am with just actively discussing their ideas. The reason for that is because they don't want to discuss ideas, so it just makes me look like a fool if I try to engage with them in that way. Caleb
I
Maupin,
absolutely understand that.
yeah, so with Caleb Maupin, for example, it's pretty evident from the way he talks, like a little fucking, you know, second-rate proselytizer, like a little fucking priest, that he's really interested in rhetorically dominating his opponents. He talks for long periods of time. He invokes needless, you know, hyperbolic historical analogies. He'll bring up a bunch of names he has memorized and has written somewhere in a little booklet in the back of his jacket.
Absolutely.
And all these tactics put together give me the
worse than
impression, right, he gives me the impression that he doesn't actually care about discussing ideas. And what's more, that the people who follow him don't care about ideas, period. They just want like a strong leftist daddy to show them around. So I think the best thing that I can do is do that job better than them. I did my best to discuss all the ideas that were laid out with him. I didn't ignore any of the arguments that he made, but when things devolved, it felt pretty clear that the right way forward was just to make him angry, which I did, and I'm still very proud of that.
I disagree. I think you did actually ignore some of his arguments. Not to say that I even agree with the arguments that he made, but just with regards to the Uyghur genocide in China, you didn't even address it. You just simply equated it to fascist conspiracy theories, and then, you know, didn't discuss it whatsoever.
Well, what didn't I discuss? Because I brought it up, and then he wanted to like not talk about it because it looks really bad for him. I don't feel like there was a.
Well, no, I could be wrong, but I'm fairly certain that he brought it up, or maybe not, or he brought up the idea of questioning the official narrative.
That's what he brought up.
Yes, yeah, which absolutely does sound like a Nazi dog whistle, but immediately equating it to that in order to just not address the argument whatsoever, because questioning an official narrative is a legitimate thing. You know what I mean?
True, but my issue is I can't engage with conspiracy. The evidence corroborating the existence of those camps that are being built in China is overwhelming. The fact that people are being stolen from their homes.
You should have gone over that then, right? Like, you should have gone over the evidence in that case.
I mean, like, brought it to the table, or...
Yeah, sure. I mean,
why do that with
from what I remember,
theorists?
you did not bring any evidence to the table on that topic whatsoever. You just simply regarded it as a fascist conspiracy.
Yeah, well, I mean, what benefit would there have been if he just would have conspiratorially dismissed it as well? I've argued with these types before.
Appealing to the people who are watching, of course.
I don't think there are any people who are watching who are looking for evidence on that claim. I just think they're looking for strength.
I mean, do you think that's the case when you're arguing with right-wingers?
Usually, yes. I usually only, usually 98% of my job in arguing with right-wingers is looking better than them. Actually being right is a little fun cherry that I like to throw on top to make myself feel good.
I think you look better than them by bringing evidence to the table, not simply by dominating the conversation.
I know you think that, but that's just not the impression, and I'm not trying to speak ill of that, because that makes you a better person than these fuckers. That's just not the impression that I've gotten from my engagements with them or with their audience.
Not to out myself, but I used to be a bit of a fascist myself, and I thought it was an evidence-based position until I educated myself some more.
I guess there are people who are like that. The evidence right now for the Uyghur camps is very public and very easily accessible. So for a person here's my perspective coming into this. Caleb Maupin is an austere and
Just want to the chat for a second. I am not a tanky.
is an austere and reasonably, I think, intelligent person, even if he's a little fucking scummy piece of shit. So with that being said, all the evidence on the Uyghur genocide is available to him. He has willfully ignored it. And I have to assume the same of his audience. This isn't some hyper-specific,
Okay, well, so hold on.
extremely
I think
esoteric like information. This is something that they have willfully chosen to turn the other way on. And for that reason, I
don't
feel like
think
just...
that's really the case, though. I don't think it is a willful, just not engaging with the evidence whatsoever. They're, from their perspective, they are engaging with the evidence. It's just that, you know, the only evidence that happens to be true is what they are presented with by their, you know, tanky gods.
Well, they're not. They're
whatever.
looking at the evidence, and then they're saying it's all state propaganda. That's the tanky line.
Exactly.
You see evidence, and then you go like, oh, well, it's Western propaganda. We don't actually have to acknowledge the evidence of this inconvenient, data.
Well, yes, certainly. But I mean, when they do that, when they disregard evidence because of, you know, it comes from a bias source or whatever, and I mean, it's the same thing that fascists do, of course, where they will disregard any sort of evidence coming from, like, you know, an ostensibly liberal publication, is just because they'll dismiss it, but they won't go into it whatsoever. You know, they'll just like assume that it's not true because, you know, liberal propaganda or State Department propaganda or whatever. But I think that if you actually make an effort to analyze the data for them, in front of them, to just even a small degree, I think it would really do a lot in terms of converting.
Yeah, you have so much more faith in these motherfuckers than I do, I have to say.
You know, I used to be one of them, man, so I have to.
I know, and there are like better ones, I guess, than others. I feel like in my experience, a lot of these people just need like a brute shock out of their out of the positions that they currently hold. And frankly, and I understand this may come off as sort of like an argument from laziness here, which isn't really an argument, but arguing with conspiracy theorists is fucking exhausting. It's incredibly draining. And that ultimately is what Caleb Maupin and Caleb Maupin's followers are. They're people who, at least in my experience, can't really be convinced. I've argued with a lot of tankies. I just don't think, like, I have a feeling that if I'd gone over this, like, I just would have made, like, 18 points in all the evidence, and then Caleb Maupin would have responded after, like, 5 minutes of me talking with, like, well, that's great and all, but I'm sure as a leftist, you understand that there's a vested interest in the State Department to promote contrary narratives, and then, like, we would have brushed right by. He wouldn't acknowledge anything that I said. He wouldn't have, like, or any of that. That's the impression that I got from that conversation. I know for a fact he wouldn't have engaged with any information I provided. At best, he would have ignored it. I could have done that and put all that work in, or I could have triggered the fuck out of him and made him baby rage, crybaby, fucking throw up the call, which makes him look really weak to his, I guess, domination-obsessed audience.
I disagree. I disagree with that very, very strongly. That made him look weak. I think, from their perspective, his reaction is entirely justified because you're not providing any evidence whatsoever. I just want to say that that little impression was fantastic, by the way.
Thanks. I get a lot of his types. He talks exactly, by the way, like Nick Fuentes, just a little bit slower, because they're the exact same type of person. I wouldn't try to bring about a bunch of Holocaust evidence for Nick Fuentes either. And
well, I think you should, because, well, no, but here's the thing. I don't think that
I don't think so.
With him refusing to engage with the evidence that is brought to the table, that's a far worse look for him than you just attacking him right out the gate.
I don't think so. I think his audience would have just rolled his eyes. They would have been like, Vaush, at it with the state propaganda again. I guess I think maybe your experiences have left you with more faith in the intellectual capacity of fascists or tankies, but lest I repeat myself, than I have. But I feel like when I engage with these groups, like, actual factual evidence does nothing. The only thing you can really do is deal with the arguments on the table, as just try to, like, bowl them over elsewise.
Okay. I mean, if that is obviously there is no actual objective data to analyze here, so we can't know for a fact. But if that is your position, if that's the way you see it, then I suppose I can't really argue with that. But from my personal perspective, I found factual
Yeah.
or sorry,
Wait,
arguments
hold
based
on. I'm
any
getting
sort
really
of-
triggered by the audience right now. I agree with Ajax. Truth over rhetoric. First of all, go fuck yourself. Second of all, go shove a spoon up your ass and eat whatever comes out of it. Third of all, this is not the juxtaposition that we're discussing here. We're not discussing truth versus rhetoric. We're discussing whether or not we're willing to engage in conspiracy theory, or whether or not we're willing to engage with conspiracy theorists and the dissemination of information they've already willfully ignored. That is a very different argument to truth over rhetoric. I'm not arguing with lying to people so you can try to get people over. I'm saying that trying to engage with conspiracy theorists when they've already made a willful, intentional effort to avoid actually responding to existing and easily available evidence is probably something that I don't think is worthwhile. But I can ask you, because I'm not mad at you. I was just mad at chat.
That's nice.
What about with Nick Fuentes? If I was arguing with Nick Fuentes and he was like, actually, if you look at the numbers, there's just no way the reported death counts could have possibly come out of the crematoriums they had in these camps. It's pretty likely those were just used to delouse infected corpses. And really, honestly, I kind of feel like you might have bought in a little bit too hard to Jewy Wood, and their narratives. You watched Schindler's List lately, Vaush? Come from
Fantastic
Hollywood?
film.
Yeah, well, yeah, of course. If he was like that, like, do you think I should be like, okay, and then I try to like unironically argue on the empirical historical data on the Holocaust, or do you think it's
yes, absolutely, because he has his audience actually convinced on this topic that there is just that like the actual factual evidence that exists is against the historical narrative. He has his audience convinced of that, and I think the only way really to unconvince them is to just bombard them with the real evidence that exists and the real proof.
man, dude, I don't know. You can't enchant shields. Fuck you guys. Who
Also,
told you that was
I
possible?
used to be a Fuentes fan. I'm sorry.
Hey, it's okay. Well, hey, then I hope you appreciated the impression.
I did. It was very good.
Yeah, because they're very easy. They're very rhetorically predictable. I don't know. Because there are people in chat who are saying right now, like, you could reason a few of them. Like, okay, I can also get a few of them just by being stronger than these people.
Right. Okay. So, but I don't think that those two are mutually exclusive. I think the show of strength comes after the bombardment of evidence, when it's clear that their position is not based on any sort of like objective proof. And then once that becomes clear to the audience, that is when you just totally, yell at them or do your Vaush thing,
Yeah, but that only really works if they engage with what I present, right? Like, if I was talking with Nick Fuentes and I started talking about all the data from Auschwitz-Birkenau and from the camps and all the data numbers that are corroborated by, like, Red Cross and everything, like, do you think he's actually going to engage with that? I feel like he's just going to hear that and he's just going to make some comment about, like, Jewish control of the media and then move on. Because from his audience's perspective, when I go off in it, they're gonna roll their eyes and it's like, oh, wow, another fucking Jew lover going off on the Holocaust data, going, wow, we haven't heard this a million times before. Because in their mind is burned into every single poll, fucking image compilation, every single fucking argument, green text that they've read about how all of it's a hoax and all the data points they've heard and blah blah blah. I feel like it only cements in their minds the inferiority of my position because I'm going over the same tropes they've heard dismantled, at least in their heads, over and over again.
No, because I don't think that they have heard the real evidence for it. They've just grown up with, a general cultural zeitgeist idea of the Holocaust. And then once someone, once they go to poll and they're presented with what seems to be evidence of, actually they couldn't possibly have cremated that many bodies in only a couple of years. Once they're provided with that seeming evidence and there's nothing to counteract that, their position does not come from an actual disagreement with the objective evidence that exists, but simply no engagement with it whatsoever. So I think if you force that engagement, that's much more likely to bring people over.
I don't know.
Well, just think about it, all right?
No, let me think about it. Well, let me
what
think.
converted me. I will say it's completely anecdotal.
Yeah, okay, let me think about this. Hold on. I'm trying to reasonably contemplate your position, but chat is saying you won, and it makes me want to disagree with you just to spite you. Hold on, I'm really trying to think about this, okay?
Just don't look at chat.
Caleb Maupin is like the worst tanky conspiracy theorist, like at least in terms of like prominent public figures. Caleb Maupin is about as bad as it gets, and I'd say that Nick Fuentes is in the ballpark of as bad as it gets on the right. Well, they're both on the right, but whatever. So let me think, like, if I was arguing with them, what are the conceivable benefits of both approaches? Obviously, you should engage with good faith in the arguments they make, but this is specifically about arguments of conspiracy. We just had this problem right before talking to you. I had a guy on who started saying like, oh, well, I don't trust numbers put out by cops. I don't trust any of that. You got to give me data. Who did this? Who exactly? Like, and I just hung up because arguing with conspiracy is infuriating. And I often get the impression the person who are making those claims don't actually care about hearing the answers. They just have their positions. The old adage, you can't reason a person out of a position they didn't reason themselves into, tends to hold true in my experience with online interactions. And I've gotten a lot of people who have said that it wasn't just my arguments, but it was the way I present my arguments that matter most. I feel like there could be a rhetorical trap there if I'm arguing with somebody like Maupin, getting locked down into the nitty-gritty, especially since with a person like Maupin, all he has to do is prove me wrong on one point, and they'll ignore all the other evidence. Like if I made like 18 points about the camps, and he's like, well, this one thing was reported to have actually been this, but it was actually this, then like, because his audience, they don't actually care. I just don't think, I feel like people who like Maupin or Nick Fuentes are just like sheep, and they really don't care about anything other than watching their parasocial daddies win arguments. Maybe my audience is like that too. It'd be disappointing, but it's probably the case. I don't really know.
I think most people are like that. Just, sort of want an emotional confirmation of their pre-existing beliefs. But I also think most people try to rationalize their belief by pretending to themselves that it's based on evidence that exists.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? And
People...
I think that providing people with real evidence and explaining to them this supposed evidence that you've been trusting is complete bullshit. You know
okay,
what I mean?
can we do an enlightened centrist answer to this one?
Go ahead.
I think one of the main problems that I had specifically with Maupin is that the format of the discussion didn't allow for a back and forth, which I think is necessary for holding people to their hypocrisy. I hate moderated debates because they let people worm out of responding to arguments, especially when Maupin takes 8 fucking minutes to respond to every single point. And the entire time I talked with him, Maupin never responded to a single fucking thing that I said. He just had his own dialogue tree that he went off on. I guess my main concern there is the actual process of presenting data and evidence and getting into the nitty gritty can actually be a really like exhausting back and forth. And I don't know if it's possible to get that out of like a conversation where one person is going to not listen to anything I have to say and then like pull off and then just go off on their own tirade for 5 minutes until it's my turn again.
Well, I think this highlights the problem just with moderated debates, really.
Yeah, that's my fucking argument, but nobody will debate me anymore without a moderator because everyone's nervous.
Yeah, that's the thing. It sucks, doesn't it?
Yeah, I know, but like, I don't argue in bad faith, like generally with people. Everyone says like, oh, I need a moderator or whatever, but I think many of them are just referring to that Sargon debate that I had, where I did admittedly yell, but that moderator was biased as fuck. So I don't know. I'm cringing over here. Are you cringing?
Am I? No. Fuck. What was the? I have a bit of trouble keeping track of various points that people make.
Yeah, don't worry. My general argument was that I felt like the format of the discussion made it very difficult to hold him to any hypocritical or irrational arguments that he made.
I would absolutely agree with that.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's. I mean, not to sound like I'm scolding you or anything, but I don't think that's really an excuse for not trying.
If I have a limited amount of time, do you really think it's better to spend that time on trying to pull him over with a rhetorical technique that I feel has basically no chance of working?
But you're not trying to pull him over. You're trying to
pull the audience over, yeah. I have like a finite length of time. If I'm spending 20 or 30 minutes out of an hour-long debate just rattling off numbers that he doesn't engage with before like wistfully dismissing all of them with a wave of his hand, you know, Western propaganda, am I really coming out on top after all that? Does his audience really look at that and think like, wow, Moppin really didn't have an answer?
I think that you can, again, I think you can do both, where you, in a direct response to a point he makes, you say, you don't have any factual evidence to back up what you're saying, and then you bring out your factual evidence, and then in the conclusion, you do your pile on.
I think you and Chad are dumb as fuck. But I'll try.
Come on, man.
I'll try. Okay? Listen, I'll give it a shot,
you.
okay?
I love you, man.
We can't know unless we experiment.
I think. Look, I think it'd work. Just my own personal opinion. You don't have to take it. This isn't any sort of like objective truth or anything like that. Not that there is objective truth.
You know this means I'll have to do reading, right? I've done a lot of reading on the Holocaust, but when it comes to the weaker
read more.
camps,
You should read way more.
that's ableism. I'm autistic. How dare you?
I'm autistic too.
You have the other kind of autism. You have type A, I have type B. All right, thank you. No, I actually appreciate the conversation.
No, thank you. Thank you very much for having me on. I'm a huge fan.
Yeah, well, we'll see. See after I employ my new rhetorical technique. We'll see how that goes.
Okay. What else was there? People chatted asking if I have a YouTube channel or something. I do not, but I've been considering it recently. Very
Imagine
strongly.
not having a YouTube channel.
Yeah. What a fucking loser, right?
Yeah.
I've been considering it very strongly. What I would like to do, is basically do like sort of long, in-depth, sort of like refutations of reactionary content, like Steven Crowder, like a Jordan Peterson video, like a Ben Shapiro video, that sort of thing. You know, like Sean does, but hopefully more regularly.
Hopefully. What would it take to convince you that engaging with conspiracy is less effective than just bullying people who engage in it?
I mean, I think I would need to see some sort of meta-analyses done on the subject.
Is
or
that
perhaps?
I don't know if I can.
Not
I don't know if I can
necessarily.
meet that
but I mean-
threshold of evidence.
Not necessarily, but I mean, I'm pretty strongly convinced of that just because of my own experience. If I spoke to a lot of people like me who had made the transition from reactionary to leftist, who said that would be more effective in their opinion, then I guess that would go towards convincing me. But I don't think anyone is really going to admit to that. Right? Everyone wants to think that their position is based on evidence.
Well, yeah, of course. There's always a bias in fact. For all the people who have their minds changed by me, nobody's gonna come up and admit like, hey, I was just kind of a dumbass and like I just liked the arguments I was hearing, and then you just sounded cool, so I went with you. Like nobody's going to be honest with me like that. They're probably gonna make up some like, yes, well, I had been convinced by the foul deceivers on reactionary YouTube, and only after being exposed to your arguments, which you could have accessed at any point in time using literally any.
But
yeah, they don't. But they don't because they don't care.
Does.
They don't
Exactly.
care.
That's the whole thing. That's the whole problem with. I mean, that's the whole problem with platforming reactionaries in general. Is that they're just totally free to spout off complete bullshit, and there's no challenge to it whatsoever. Like so. That. This is what I'm saying. The reactionaries, the audience of reactionaries, basically only get their information from the reactionary figures that they watch. If you introduce genuine evidence into that equation, I think it would go a long way. At least longer way than just shouting at them.
Yeah. Well, to be wait. Don't you fucking dare! I'm not done with you. To be fair, I don't just shout at people. I think you and I.
I'm not making that. I'm specifically talking about the Malcolm discussion.
Okay. Yeah, I think you would agree with me. I hope that for the most part, my arguments are generally pretty data driven.
Absolutely, and I think that you should make an effort to do that more often. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Were you here for the Were you here for the... No, wait, never mind. I know what your answer's going to be to that. I don't care. Let me think. Yeah. Yeah, okay, I'll think in it. Yeah, okay. Alright, I'll think in it. Chat. Just hypers in chat if you were just a fucking dumbass, and then you found me or some other left tuber, and it had nothing to do with hearing better arguments, it was just that you were just dumb, and this was the dumb thing you wandered into, but now you're right, and it was just an accident.
Come on, you cannot.
No,
you can't appeal to chat.
no.
What is this? You can't do that.
Well, I don't
Of course
know.
Chat's gonna take your side.
Thank you for talking with me. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. If you would like, I would love to come back on. People seem to like me. I don't know.
Yeah, don't try to fucking usurp me. No, you're
Okay,
right.
I love you. Transrights.
Transrights. I'm still not convinced. All right. But everyone in chat is. Well, as we've established, you all are dumb, so it doesn't matter. No, Fatboy 6-man, stream is ending soon. No more debates. We've done it. We filled our threshold. Oh, guys, Ajax isn't wrong. It's just we have different. The issue is like there's just no empirical data on this. There are two worlds that are both conceivably the one we live in. One is a world in which Caleb Maupin's fans would have just rolled their eyes at my Blythe attempts at trying to package U.S. imperialism in an argument. You know, they would have just been like, "Oh God, Vaush is doing the thing," and it would have cemented their disagreement with me. And it's also entirely possible that a lot of them have just legitimately not been exposed to the information on the subject. We're so close to having a fully enchanted suit of armor. Maybe... I think Ajax might actually be right. Now that I'm thinking about it, I have a bias. One of the reasons why I didn't engage in the behavior Ajax was recommending was because I didn't feel confident enough in my understanding of the Uyghur Muslim thing. I know for a fact that it's happening, and I know for a fact that I could prove it given time, but I would need to have data on hand immediately, and I didn't have those sources. A big difference between knowing something and being able to prove something immediately. Mind you, I can't always have the data on hand to rebuke conspiracism. There's always going to be... It's always going to be possible that some people will engage in conspiracy and arguments with me, and I will not have the data necessary to just blow them the fuck out on the spot, in which case my only tactic rhetorically is just to make fun of them for engaging in conspiracism. Which is valid, and I defend that. And I would defend it in this case, too, because I didn't come into that discussion expecting to have to defend the... No, actually, that's dumb of me to say. I should have expected to have to defend that, because I knew exactly what arguments I'd be making against Caleb. I had every reason to believe that subject would come up. My laziness kind of bit me in the foot there. Yeah. So it was legitimate of me to avoid engaging directly with the conspiracism because I didn't have the data, but the only reason I didn't have the data is because I was lazy. I should have anticipated needing it. Alright. I've decided what my position is now. Ow. Oh. Oh, yeah, that would have killed me. New arc in this anime? Well, this isn't going to change much. It's just an interesting perspective. I do like learning. I should have clarified with Ajax that he still believed that I blew Caleb the fuck out during that debate, because I certainly did. There we go, Ajax. Okay, that's what matters most. As long as you win, but you could always win harder. Whoa! The quintessential Minecraft experience. No problem, American working man. I love and respect you. I still haven't died once this entire run. What are you trying to do right now? Get my level back up to 30 so I can enchant the final piece of diamond gear. After that, we're just about ready. Hey, what's up? You're right, I should be mining nether quartz. That would be a lot faster leveling. You guys are gonna fucking break your wrists jerking off fucking Ajax. Holy shit. Are you guys that, like, desperate for more, like, side characters on the channel? That's something that, Destiny has that I don't have. It's pretty much just me. Alright, if you guys want lore, I'll keep it in mind. Did I not put... I thought I put something in there. Okay. Oof. Oh, man. Time sure does fly when you're having fun conversations.